Good morning. I'm a little bit late. I do apologise. My excuse is it's still very early in the morning. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. Essex Carpet Cleaning & Co. Love it, mate. Good to see you back. Glenn, great to see you. Oh, hello, Tom and chat. I wish I could read the alphabet that your name is spelled in, mate. I can't. Uwa, good to see you. Paul, good to see you as well. We're here. The wildcard is active, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do some team reviews. I'll do them on Twitter, I think, this week, because so many people are going to be on their wildcard. Just send me a team on Twitter and I'll talk about them, as opposed to using Fantasy Football Hub just for this week. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. Let me know. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Are you wildcarding in game week 6? And be sure to leave a like rating on the stream. I would really appreciate that if you could. And subscribe to the Golden Goal channel as well. I just need to clean my glasses. I've just noticed they are disgusting. I probably look like a different human being with no glasses. There we go. Any free hit draft? Yeah, I made a video, mate. It's on my channel. Let's hope the chat graphic works. Give it a second. There we go. We are so back. We've got the news. So the main news that I managed to get yesterday. Murillo looks like he's still out. So Andrew's saying he's still recovering from his knock. Ismail Assar from Crystal Palace is back in training. So that's some good news there. Haaland is ready. Pep said he's ready. He's been pictured in training. He's good to go. Cole Palmer, I think he's going to be out until after the international break. So that's a couple of weeks. And yeah, that's the main news I managed to collate yesterday. This is what my draft is looking like at the moment. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to go with it. A couple of changes I could make, but we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Paul's on his triple captain. I like it. I like the triple captain Haaland this week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Absolutely. Got to get on it, mate. B Vader, recently stumbled upon your channel. Tend to listen to FPL podcasts while I drive. Oh, I appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. You don't have to watch me while you drive. I totally understand. But yeah, I wouldn't watch me while you drive. But yeah, I really appreciate those words, mate. It's very kind. I've wildcarded. Do I still? You do indeed. So you next week will have the same number of transfers that you had at the beginning of the week before you hit the wildcard button. So one of my reasons for wildcarding actually was that I had 4 free transfers. So I will wildcard this week and then use my transfers. Well, I've got 4 free transfers next week. So I basically have like a wildcard and a mini wildcard left. So I'm looking at my team, right? There's a couple of players that are on the fringe, right? So I'm relatively happy with my defense. It's just a question of, do I drop one of them to upgrade my midfield, right? My midfield, Semenyo and Jai and Bruno Fernandes and probably Reinders they're just absolutely nailed on, right? Caicedo is the one that I'm a little bit unsure of. So I currently have 0.9 million in the bank, right? And I look at that and I think, who could I change out? So I could get rid of Caicedo and I've got 6.5 million in the bank if I do that. And I look at the players available at that price, right? So if you filter by midfielders, affordable. He's second. Stacks there. Zubamendi, Gravenberg, Garner, Paqueta. I mean, I'm not enthusiastic about any of them. I'll be honest. I'm not enthusiastic about any of them. But once we get that, the two midfielders that I could pick, right? The two midfielders that I could pick. I don't want affordable. I want all prices. One of them is Enzo Fernandez. I do like Enzo Fernandez. 6.7 million. I think he's going to take set pieces for Chelsea. With no Cole Palmer, I think he's going to take the next penalty. His underlying data is not horrendous. 0.49 XGI per 90. Fixtures, though, once they get Liverpool out of the way, are not too bad, I suppose. So yeah, Enzo Fernandez is an option that I'm considering, but I guess he's only really good when there's no Palmer, which is obviously for the next 2 weeks. There is one player that I'm really interested in though, and Nixie pointed him out. It's Mbumo. So Man United, I think it may due to the fact they've had 2 penalties, but they are currently leading the league in terms of XG, and they have had in their first 5 fixtures Arsenal, Man City, and Chelsea. Right, it's only game week 8 when they play Liverpool, but they've got a really tough fixture, maybe Tottenham as well. So their next fixtures are Brentford, Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton, Forest, Tottenham, Everton, Palace, West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Villa, Newcastle, Wolves. So they've got, I'd say, some pretty good fixtures. And from open play, I mean, I don't know how you lot feel, but from open play, I just don't see how. I think Mbumo is the best Man United option. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes gets you the defensive contributions and penalties, plays every minute of every game, all of that. But Mbumo's played 69 against Chelsea, but 490s other than that. Bruno's my favourite Man United player, no doubt about it. But then it's whether I want to get Mbumo in. And if I do that, I need to find 6.5 million down the back of the sofa somewhere, which I think I could probably work that out. Oh, sorry, 1.5 million down the back of the sofa somewhere, which I think I probably could work out. One other player that I like the look of is up front. So the forwards, I think, are pretty short on really good forward options. Thoughts on Ismaila Sarr? I tell you what, I don't mind him. It's just a shame he plays bloody Liverpool this week. I don't mind Ismaila Sarr, actually. This is fixtures after Liverpool. They're not the best. Sorry, I'm just going to grab a tissue. I don't know. That's what I'm a little bit unsure of. And obviously to fund those moves, I think I could drop some of my defenders, but yeah. I like my defence as well. I do like the defence I've got. So yeah, that's the story of my wild card at the moment. The reason I did it, I saw Nixie, I was asking if I had 4 free transfers, why did I use my wild card? Quite simply, I wanted to make 5 or 6 transfers in my team, and I knew just with the nature of players that I had, 3 or 4 of them would drop, and then 3 or 4 of the players that I was buying would rise. And for me, those things combined were just enough fuel to play it. Now, I know people say don't chase price rises and stuff, and I usually say that, don't get me wrong. But when you're on your wildcard and you're protecting against, 7 or 8 different price changes, which were possible this week, I think it made sense for me to wildcard. I've got to say. Right, let's keep on top of the chat. What's people been saying? Thoughts on Dewsbury Hall to Grealish? I think I'd keep Dewsbury Hall. Nixie thinks Mbumo is worth saving the money. Fair enough. I would genuinely look into changing Anderson into someone like Romero. Not sure. Thoughts on Estival? I just don't trust the Chelsea attackers really. Triple captain Haaland. I think if you got your triple captain, you can use it this week. Bench 1 of Guardiola, Senesi, Van der Ven, Gabriel, Gyökeres. Probably Gabriel. Wildcard, Raya, Senesi, Keane. Wouldn't have Keane. He'd be out the team as soon as Branthwaite is back, which is be soon. Van der Ven, Richards, Rodon, Salah, Semenyo. Yes, nice team. I don't like Jadon Anthony, and I don't like Michael Keane. I think I'm going with him on wildcard. Fair enough. Good morning, Tom. Good to see T-Bone. And everyone from California. Not to anyone else, just if you're from California. Should I start Johnson or Milenkovic? Give Johnson a run, mate. But he probably won't play, will he? I feel for Brennan Johnson. He's a good player. He just doesn't get the minutes. Johnson is my gut feel. Morning, Amanda. I remembered your name. Tom, could you help me with my benching dilemma? I have to start 2 players out of Rodgers, Strand Larson, and Sarr. I would start Rodgers and Strand Larson. Morning, Freddie. It's good to see you. I am tempted for Foden and Richarlison over Gyökeres and Stack. Ooh. Yeah. The only thing for me, if we get the fixtures up, is I think you might want to captain Gyökeres at some point in time. So we'll try and get them all on one screen. Let's see if we can do that. So for me, did a little segment about this on a video, right? we get it all on one screen? Yeah, ish. There we go. So, in my opinion, at the moment in the game, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players I think I'd captain, right? I think Gyökeres, considering he's the penalty taker at Arsenal, you've got to say he's probably a captaincy shout on a really good week. Palmer on a good week is a captaincy shout. So is obviously Salah, so is Haaland, and so is probably Bruno Fernandes. People have captained Bruno Fernandes in weeks gone by, right? So this week I think it's pretty clear. Burnley at home for Haaland, he's the best captain, right? Game week 7, you can't see this because it's filtered off your screen, but this is game week 7. Gyökeres has got West Ham. Bruno's got Sunderland. Man City got Brentford away. Liverpool got Chelsea away. It's probably Haaland. Game week 8? Well, that's probably Haaland or Salah, right? But then you get to game week 10, right? Get to game week 10. Man City have got Bournemouth. Liverpool have got Villa. Man United have got Forest. Chelsea got Tottenham. But Arsenal have got Burnley away. And then in game week 11, Arsenal have got Sunderland away. Chelsea got Wolves at home. So you could argue that Palmer is maybe the best captain there. Liverpool and Man City play each other, and Tottenham play Man United. So I think like there's one or, well, even that week, Crystal Palace, there's one week where maybe Gyökeres could be the best captain. I'm not justifying saying I'm picking him for game week 6 because he's possibly the best captain in game week 10, but I also think he's going to be a bit of a bully to the lesser teams. And I think a few of those in there he could have a good game against. Anyway, we'll go back to my team. Hopefully that was a good little chat through. If we hit, because we got, how many people we got in it? Bloody hell, 180 people watching. Thank you everyone for joining. If we get to 100 likes on the stream, I will do a tweet and then ask you to send your teams and we can do some team reviews. How does that sound? If we get to 100 likes, I will do some team reviews. So make sure to leave a like rating on the stream. Right, let's see the chat. I've taken out Watkins and Rogers. Good move. Yeah, I know. It's inevitable. I have Palmer, Tosin and Eki TK. Should I free hit? Depends how many transfers you've got. But you could do, yeah. Thoughts on free hit versus Haaland, Gyökeres and Bumo in Salah, Gakpo, Wood out? Yeah, I wouldn't free hit. I'd make those moves. Start Wood or Watkins. Oh, God. Who else can you start? Should I start Livramento, Gahey or Sarr? Sarr. Why not? Anderson for Van der Ven for the bench. I would bench Anderson this week. Accidentally took a -4 because I took out the wrong player, so I had to take out the player I wanted for a -4 because of price. Oh. You can wildcard to reset that if you think it's worth it. Best 4 million defender? Yeah, that's another one as well. That's another debate. We'll do that together now. Who, ladies and gentlemen, is the best 4 million defender? I think I need to pick one where I'm comfortable bench boosting them in. Because we'll go 4.2 because I'm going to bench boost soon and I'm deciding when to do it. I guess I could do it in game week 8 when they play Alderete. It's got Wolves in 8 as well. Oh, it's good for DEFCON, this geezer. Look at those DEFCON points. But then the Sunderland defence can be a bit of a nightmare, I think, in terms of minutes. Mukiele again. I think I might go Rodon. What's his DEFCONs like? Be good? They're good. 9.4 average. Not too bad. I could just stick by... the trustier Steve. Got Leeds at home in game week 8. That's when I could use my free hit. What about the rest of my team? Who's he got an 8? Oh, he's got Arsenal. That's not great. Who's he got? Man City. Maybe game week 8 isn't the time. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So, who is the best 4 million defender? I don't know. Chat, what do you think? People in the chat, what do you think of who is the best 4 million defender? Rodon. Biddy says leave a like. Thank you. Bench Anderson or Stack? Anderson. No, I'd bench Stack, I think. I think Anderson could keep a clean sheet against Villa. I really do. Bench Anderson also done that. 4 million defender is such a minus thing. Yeah, but I'm going to use my bench boost in a couple of weeks, mate. So I'm kind of picking them to start for me in a couple of weeks. But I get what you mean. I'm going with either Mukiele or Alderete for bench boosting. Both are guaranteed minutes. Do you think so? Anyone else taking Isak in despite the minutes? I think if you're on a free hit, you could do worse. But I don't think you should pick him. Richarlison over Gyökeres. I could do, but then I feel like I'm making a negative decision for the long term if I do that. Yeah, well, the temptation to do Richarlison over Gyökeres is really high. Start Dewsbury Hall, Anderson or Caicedo. Caicedo. Excited for the Bristol game? Well, Bristol City to you, mate, and the Rob Dickie goal. Hopefully, mate. We've got Preston away. So I'll be flying to Australia very quickly this afternoon to watch the game. And then flying back this evening to make my video. Rodon. Everyone's saying Rodon. Interesting. I have to go at 8. Well, I hope the game goes well. I'm on a wild card. Gyökeres, yeah, that's the decision I'm having, Rat Dog. That's the call I've got to make. And for me, it's not even just Foden, it's Mbeumo as well. I think Mbeumo is a really respectable option in FPL at the moment. So that's something that's going through my head. Play Caicedo or Gyökeres. Caicedo or Gyökeres, that's tough. That's tough. Gut feel is Gyökeres, just because he's a penalty taker. But then Caicedo is going to just print points, isn't he, for DEFCON? Oh, I don't know. Flip a coin, mate. Gyökeres is better than Isak in the game for me. I just think minutes are secure. He's on penalties. I don't know how you guys feel. Is Isak a better or worse option in FPL? Now he plays for Liverpool. I think he's a worse option compared to what he was at Newcastle. He'll get less minutes. He won't take penalties. I don't think he's as good as he was. If you bring in Richarlison, the only thing is, if I bring in Richarlison over Gyökeres, is eventually Richarlison's not going to be in the team. Like, it's Champions League again this week as well, isn't it? So there's very much a chance that Richarlison doesn't start next weekend. So with Kolo Muani in their squad as well, there's just so much risk with Tottenham. For me, I'm probably just going to stick to Gyökeres. I don't even want to look at who I can afford because I don't want to pick Richarlison because of the minutes risk. So we're gonna leave it. I'm not going to even tempt myself. We're not going to succumb to temptation. How about that? Start Lacroix or Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson for me. John, good morning, mate. Should I bench Grealish for João Pedro? My midfield is Kudus, Rangers, and Jai Semenyo. Should I bench Grealish for João Pedro? My midfield is Kudus, Rangers, Jai Semenyo. Yeah, I think I probably would. I think João Pedro is a better option than Grealish. Why aren't you breaking temp? I haven't got 2.4 in the bank, mate. I got 0.9. You tell me what I do with 0.9 million in this team, mate. Yeah, they play Liverpool in 8 as well. 5 million midfielder, Stack's probably the one, mate. Yeah, I know, but I know it's template, but based on what you've seen this season and what we know from last season, these are the best players in the game. I know it's so disgustingly template or whatever, but I firmly believe these are the best players in the game. This is my honest opinion of what is the best team in the game. It might be template, I get it, fine. But I'm not going to pick someone just for the sake of being different, because that's not my feeling of who I want. That's not my feeling of who I want. Alf, great to see you, mate. I'm really sorry to hear about your X account getting banned. Question, you've got 270 people in here. You're a very good mate of mine. Is there anything we can do to help you with that? Because, yeah, I don't really know why you got suspended. I couldn't work it out because you don't do anything controversial on there. So, yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that happened. Yeah, if anyone didn't know, my good mate Alf got suspended on X the other day. And can't tweet or anything, which is a real shame because he was a great account to follow. So if there's anything we can do, mate, let us know. Magic. Let's get you on the new account, mate. The real Alf PL. We're going to give it a follow, bro. Just going to follow Alf on Twitter, if that's all right. Second, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get a follow on both of my accounts. Are you sure? Is that you? Is that actually you? I just want to be sure. Placeholder. It kind of makes sense, I guess. Elon's last rocket. Any of the Tottenham defensive assets worth holding on to? Yeah, I think Van der Ven is very much pickable. I think Van der Ven is very much pickable in the game. He's probably, and Romero as well, to be fair. Who is the best 4 million defender? But yeah, we just looked at that, Ape. I think it's probably Rodon, so I need to... Well, I just think Esteve is going to be pretty trustworthy as well. Like, he's got Leeds in 8, and then Wolves in 9. I think 9 might be the time to do it, you know. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Brian. Love the content. May I check why? Honestly, I'm close on it, mate. I don't know. I don't know who is better. I'm going for Gyökeres because I might be in the old FPL mindset of playing up front for Arsenal, taking their penalties. But then Caicedo is probably just going to score at least 4 points, isn't he? So it's a toughie. I'm going to have this decision to make every week with this team as well. It's disgusting. What happens if I... Hang on. I've got an idea. I've just realised that I'm putting myself in a position where I am... going to have a benching headache almost every week. So I'm going to have a quick look. If I drop Caicedo to King... Still can't do anything. No, we'll reset. I just can't pick a better team than this. I can't pick a better team than this. Whatever I do. It is the DEFCON dilemma, mate. Could definitely upgrade Anderson to Romero. I suppose, and then bench Gabriel this week. But then I think, but then that's another... Then my bench, right? It's crazy. My bench then has Caicedo and Romero on it. And like next week, Everton have got Palace, Bournemouth have got Fulham, Arsenal have got West Ham. So who do I... if I do that... Oh, good grief. And to be honest, Nixie, you say I can do Njai to Foden and Mbeumo. I think Njai is better than those two players. You know, both of... Well, I know Mbeumo doesn't have Europe, but he's the penalty taker for Everton. He's going to play every game. He's doing really well for DEFCON. I mean, 2 points, 8 points, 7 points. He's done so well to start the season. I don't want to get rid of him. He's like one of the... If I were to say who are the most nailed-on players in my wildcard team, right? I'd say one Arsenal defender, definitely. Senesi is nailed on. Semenyo is nailed on. Reinders is probably nailed on. Njai is probably nailed on. Fernandez is probably nailed on as well. And so is Haaland. João Pedro, I tell you what, could that be where I move away from the template? Do I need João Pedro in my team? Especially with all how much football do Chelsea have? Let's have a look. Give Alpha a follow if that is his account. What was I going to look at? Chelsea fixtures. They just have the thing is, they have such a shortage of players. And João Pedro got a rest in the cup, didn't he? Oh. More matches, please. So, he got a rest against Lincoln. Trained for the first time yesterday since the Man United. I just think he's being rested, mate. I just think he had a big fat rest, to be honest. I'm not too worried. Chelsea, Brighton, then they got Benfica, then they got Liverpool, and then it's obviously the international break. So you need him for those two. He probably plays it all, doesn't he? That's probably why he got the rest, mate. So João Pedro is probably going to play, isn't he? And things don't get too much better then either, but then he plays them all. I agree. So it's not, I've got to stick with João Pedro, haven't I? And he's got his old team today. You know what that means. He's going to score today, isn't he? He's going to score. Chris Slater, that's what we do, mate. I'm a swimmer, so early morning starts are just in the blood. You can take Caicedo to Stack and Estev to Van de Ven. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. That just makes... The thing is, I know it like... It improves my team somewhat, but at the same time, I then every week have 2 players on my bench that could start for me. So I've got such a headache every week with that team. You know? I think Enzo's a good shout. I wish I could afford him. I'm 0.2 short of getting Enzo in. Is Semenyo really... I think Semenyo's amazing, mate. I really do. Yeah, it could be a bench boost angle. You're right. Maybe I could do that. And then Anderson, like, fixtures aren't too bad for him either. Start in Jai or João Pedro. Good grief. Honestly, mate, gut feel I'd start in Jai. Yeah, I could bench boost in 9. I do have 4 free transfers as well. So if I like want to change around my team after bench boosting, I'll probably have 5 at that point. Paul, we will be there, mate. In fact, members, if you... Well, the thing is... Oh, you're not on your wildcard, are you? If there's any members in the chat who aren't on their wildcard, send me your FPL IDs and we'll have a quick look at your team. I'll move that out of the way. And then for everyone else, I'll do a tweet when we get to 100 likes. So if you can leave a like rating on the stream. We've got 300 people in here at the moment. So if we get to 100 likes, I will do some team reviews on Twitter. I'll do a tweet, and then you reply to it with your team. And we'll have a look. Right. So that was what my team looked like. I'm so glad to be done with that team, by the way. Reset. Just members for this one. Paul's team, 29463. Put Reinders in for King. There's no platform that everyone has where I can do it very easily, to be honest. I like it. What are you doing? I guess you're playing him over Munoz. Yeah, it's a good team, that. You are game, set, match to use your triple captain there, in my opinion. Uwe and Steve, are you on your wildcards? If you're, yeah, I take it you're not. I hated constant notifications. You just turn them off. I just turn mine off. Yeah, start Anderson. Okay, Uwe will have a quick look, and Steve will have a quick look, and Glenn as well. Right. If you want to join as a member, by the way, and get your team reviewed like this, you can. Oh, we've got to stop the chat. Hang on. I was trying to type your team in then, Uwe, and your message kept moving, so I couldn't see it. That's all right, mate. Don't worry, you don't have Twitter. I'd probably get rid of Ekitike. But I don't necessarily need to this week, I suppose. Right, so this team is absolutely fine. It's just a question of, are you comfortable starting Dorgu or Konsa? Because you could move Ekitike to Gyökeres. That's basically, you use this team or do Eki TK to Jokeres. Steve Green, he's undecided between a triple captain and a wild card. Well, let's have a look, mate. Oh, I'd probably wild card. I wouldn't want Harvey Barnes. I wouldn't want Watkins. I wouldn't want Wood. I wouldn't want Wirtz. I wouldn't want Rodgers. I wouldn't want Milenkovic. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't want those two keepers either. I would wildcard, mate, I think. I'd wildcard. Because you need Haaland in there as well. You need to do Salah to Haaland. So I'd wildcard in that with that team, mate. Glenn. You get to keep your transfers as well if you wildcard. Oh, Glenn's basically a week ahead. You need to get Haaland in this week. So I would do Salah to someone and do Eki TK to Haaland, mate. I think that's everyone. Gunner's Girl. Have a quick goosey. 59616. You're always telling me your team doesn't look right, but this is your team. You need to get Haaland in. You've got to get Haaland in. I would do Salah out for whoever you fancy in midfield. Probably enjoy, you know. You could do Watkins to Haaland and then maybe upgrade Chris Wood or keep him for one more week. But I think I'd do Salah to enjoy, Watkins to Haaland. I know it seems madness getting enjoy in, but I think he's probably the best midfielder at those price points, really. Right. I think every member that put their ID in the chat then got their team reviewed. Dorgu out, Senesi in. I like it. That's smart. That's another transfer I didn't even think of. Yeah, that's everyone. How many likes are we on? Are we nearly on 100? 67. Well, we've got 322 people in here. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the stream this morning. It's a pleasure to be with you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and leave a like rating. If we get to 100 likes, I will review people's teams on Twitter. Don't send me your IDs, because I'm not going to review your team. So, we had a quick look at the poll. Are you wildcarding in Game Week 6? 51% said yes. 49% have said no. So, a lot of people will be wildcarding this week, by the looks of it. It's probably why you clicked on a deadline stream that says wildcard active, isn't it? Everyone who doesn't hit the like button has to buy a mug and a sticker. Absolutely. Romero or Tarkowski? I'd go Tarkowski, sorry. Just, if your question is answered by looking at my team, which that one is, I don't have Romero and I have Tarkowski, you know what my answer is going to be, mate. Downgrade Richards for a better bench. I really like Richards. Guardiola's a good shout. Yeah, I think Guardiola is a good shout. I just don't think he beats the Arsenal defence, though. It's the only thing. David Chubb. I don't want to sound big-headed, but I reckon I'll be the best in the world for points today. Well, good luck to you on that, mate. Thoughts on doing a Stev to Richards? I could do that, I suppose. Thing is, I don't... If I don't have a 4 million defender in there, right? If I don't have a 4 million defender in there, at some point the structure of my team is not going to be right. Right, so I make all my transfers. Sorry, I bring in a big bench of a wildcard team or whatever, and then I'll need to use a transfer to get rid of my 4.5 to a 4 eventually to afford what I think will probably be the best team in the game. So I think you need to think about a couple of things with this wildcard, because it's going to be with you for another long time. You need to think about things in terms of your structure, right? The last thing I want to be doing is using a 4 million, a transfer on a 4 million defender. No, I think Njai, for me, is one of the most nailed players in my wildcard draft. And if you're looking to find money to make upgrades elsewhere, I would almost definitely seek it from elsewhere. That would be my opinion. I genuinely, I think Njai is one of the best players in the game. I've seen enough. Change a Steph to Leeds. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think we'll get Leeds in. We'll get Rodon in. That's as 10 players it gets, I think, if you go Rodon, isn't it? So let's see when we're actually... I'm going to work out when I'm going to bench boost then. So when does my team have the best fixtures? Let's work out when we're going to do it. So Caicedo's got Sunderland game week 9. Forest game week 8. So 8 or 9, I think, is the time. 8 or 9. I'm going to start Arsenal every week. It's more my bench fodder, isn't it? So he's got Wolves in 9, Leeds in 8. He's got Burnley, West Ham. Do it in 9, you know. Game week 9, he's got Newcastle. Ugh. Game week 9, he's got Forest. Game week 9, he's got Sunderland. Game week 9, he's got Tottenham. I don't care about Njai. Game week 9, he's got Villa. It's not too bad. Bruno's got Brighton. Haaland has got Villa. Gyökeres has got Crystal Palace. I think it's a bench boost game week 9, this team, isn't it? This is a bench boost in game week 9. Let's have a quick run through on game week 8. Liverpool for Bruno, but it's not the end of the world. Fulham for Gyökeres. Everton. City for him. Who's he got in 8? Crystal Palace. Who's Rodon got? Burnley. Burnley have obviously got Leeds. They've got Arsenal. I'm inclined to do that Anderson to Romero move, you know. I could do Anderson to Romero. Just to improve that bench boost a little bit. Yeah, exactly. There'll be some issues. But I've got 4 free transfers as well, so it'd be funny if something absolutely disastrous happens this week on Wildcard, wouldn't it? There we go. Move that in the middle. Sanchez, Porro, Williams, Anderson, Semenyo, Fernandez, Reinders, Caicedo, Haaland. Good team, that. Good team, that, Amanda. Yeah, I know I'm going to have some issues. We've always got issues, mate. Why not Goodmanson over Rodon? Is he better, is he? Tell me why. I haven't even made the move. Goodmanson. Why is he better? What's his DEFCON saying? 7.18 DEFCON per game. No goals, no assists. So why is Goodmanson better than Rodon? Is it DEFCON once? Rodon looks like the man, mate. He's hit it twice. Alderete, yeah, I know. I'm just not massive on the Sunderland. I just think they could change it around. Attacking fullback versus DEFCON. I'm going Rodon, mate. The thing for me with the Arsenal defence, mate, is... Oh, my bench has disappeared. There we go. The thing for me is the Arsenal defence. With the Arsenal defence, sorry, is... I just think the fullbacks are not necessarily nailed on every game. Like Timber Calafiori do more running in a game than the centre-backs do, which means I think they're going to be rotated a little bit more. Whereas Gabriel, I think as long as he doesn't get injured, sorry, I'm just moving my mic, he's going to be fit to play. Well, he's going to play every game that he's fit for. And obviously Raya is too. I just wouldn't look. I wouldn't look outside of Raya and Gabriel. Yeah, I know what you mean. They've started every game, but I get the sense that Gabriel is more nailed than the two of them. Oh, and Saliba, yeah, but Gabriel offers more goal threat. So I wouldn't even consider Saliba, to be honest. Rate this wild card. Pope, Gabriel, Tarko, Senesi. It's a good team, that. Good team. The only thing is, I feel like going 3-5-2, your bench is weaker than a 3-4-3 bench. That's the only thing I'd say. I don't care, Nixie. I'm secure on Gabriel, mate. I'm secure. I'm all in on Gabriel. I tried to make team same as you, but I'm 0.2. I can't afford. Because your team value will be different to mine. I've got some profit in some of these players. You probably don't. If you're struggling for team value, I would potentially look at downgrading Tarkowski to Romero from Spurs, and then you can make this team. That's probably what I do. Would you sell Salah and Wood to bring in Saka and Gyökeres? No. No. Wait and see what Chris Wood does this week. If he scores a goal this week, you're going to be struggling to sell him. See, I'm not sure about Polinia because I don't think his minutes are secure. So I don't think you can pick him. Jaden Anthony, I can't bring myself to pick Jaden Anthony in FPL, mate. I'm sorry. Would you start Cunha or Wood? I'd probably start Wood. Should I start João Pedro or Kudus? Oh man. Oh man. I'd probably say João Pedro. Yeah. Anderson to Romero is potentially the move. But then what do I do with my team if I have Romero in it? Do I bench Gyökeres? That's disgusting. I can't do that. Do you think Wood will start? Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried, to be honest. I would be worried about it. 20 Premier League goals last year for Chris Wood. I think he plays, especially because Igor played in the week. I think Wood plays. He doesn't get 90, but I think he starts. Two-pointer for Jock this week. You wait. You wait until he gets a penalty. You wait. Nick Pope makes a blunder in defence. He gets a penalty. What's the likes saying? 94. 6 more likes, and I'll have a look at Twitter for 10 minutes or so and do people's teams. I will do a tweet now. I will do a tweet. Bear with, ladies and gents. I'm just going to do a quick tweet. Let's tweet. Live now for game week. I can't type today. FPL. Game week 6 deadline stream. Send in your wildcard drafts. Teams to be reviewed. Bear with, I'm just going to add the thumbnail. And then we've got to link it, haven't we? We've got to give a link. Down. There we go. Right. Cunha or Gyökeres bench. Cunha. Paul's not interested in Gyökeres. You say that, but then you look at him playing West Ham, Fulham, Palace, Burnley in the next 4. I am interested all of a sudden. He's already bagged 3 goals. What? But then the thing is, I just have such a headache with my bench if I pick him. If I don't pick him. I think so, Hamza. I do think so. I do think he is worth the 0.4 million. He does seem better for DEFCON, and he does seem better, does Romero, over Van der Ven for goal threat as well. I will say that. So, by the way, if you want to tweet me your team, Golden Goal FF, we're going to do some team reviews now because we hit 100 likes. So we're going to do team reviews. We're going to have a look at the tweet. Right. Bloody hell. Loads of replies. Thanks, everyone. Let's see. Nixie, we got you, mate. Here's my team for this week. First instinct is to do Salah and Wood. Yes. I love that. I would do that. All over that, mate. All over that. Tanny, a picture of the phone. Love it. Vicario, Virgil van Dijk, Van der Ven, Richards, Semenyo, Reinders, Salah, Tavernier, Paqueta. Good team. Yeah. Would I make any transfers? I'm not a fan of Tavernier or Paqueta, but at the same time, there's no need to transfer them out this week. So yeah, I'd leave it. I would. Would you guys start? Oh, show the screen. Sorry, folks. Would you guys start with this team? Would you start Richards or Goodmanson? Goodmanson at home to Bournemouth, Richards at home to Liverpool. I'd be tempted to play Goodmanson over Richards. Oh, actually, no, or even Lacroix. Blimey, he's got Lacroix as well. What do you reckon? I'd say Goodmanson. My gut feel. I am Groot, triple captain Haaland, Pope. Interesting. Romero, Timber, Senesi, Mbumo, Kudus, Foden, Semenyo, Reinders. Good team that. Ready to go, bro. Ready to go. Best game week 16. Raya, Porro, Williams, Tarkovsky, Gakpo. Yeah, he probably plays. Kudus, Fernandez, Semenyo, Anderson. Strong. Don't need to do anything there. CJ, Raya, Anderson, triple captain active. Virgil, Senesi, Kudus, Gakpo, Gibbs White. I'm not a big fan of Gibbs White, but who'd you get in? I would consider at some point in the not too distant future one of Gakpo or Gibbs White to Iliam and Njai. Evan Ilse, yeah, fine other than that. John O no bro. Interesting. Selsberg, good team. Good team. Watkins is an issue, but then do you really need to sell him this week with this team? Watkins is getting 5-6 weeks in your team, by the way, and he's not scored in 5. Yeah, I'm not going to do an ID. No wild card. Glenn Wigley. Good team. Good team. Bench boost 8 for JGC. Raya, Dubravka. Gabriel, Senesi, Richards, Van der Ven, Alderete, Semenyo, Sarr. I like it. I like it. You've just got benching headaches when they come around, haven't you? But I do like it. Because Gyökeres is on penalties, Yusuf. I just prefer a penalty taker. If you're offering me 2 options in FPL and one of them takes penalties, I'm favouring the penalty taker. Tom is still waking up. Time for a coffee. When we do the quiz for the first question, I'll make a coffee. How about that? Move Twitter to one side. Right, here we go. We've got some more teams. Offside footy F1. Sart over Semenyo. No. Start Semenyo. 100% start Semenyo. Wildcard next game week. Fair enough. It's a good team. Good team, mate. I already have 2 transfers in the bank, so I'm planning to change either Mbumo or Bruno in game week 8 to get Gyökeres. We'll change Donnarumma to Raya. Don't make goalkeeper transfers. Don't do it. Just pick Raya. There's absolutely 0 point planning a goalkeeper transfer. Don't do it. Well, the thing is, Arteta has confirmed that Gyökeres is the penalty taker. Oh, it's such a good team. You could build such a good team. Oh, this is exactly the team I could have. Oh, it's so good. I just worry about Richarlison's minutes. The thing is, I think my team, I'm thinking long term. This team is a little bit short term. Like Donnarumma and Richarlison instead of Raya and Gyökeres are short term picks. At some point, Richarlison's going to be rotated. At some point, instead of just going Donnarumma, just get Raya, mate. Golden goal. 2 free transfers in the bank. Last minute consideration is change Porro. No, keep him for this week. I'm not Porro's biggest fan, but I don't think you desperately need to sell him. George. I'm just looking at George's team now. Starting Addison v Villa being the worst attack in the team. It's fair enough. Vice captain unsure. I wouldn't worry. I'd probably stick it on Semenyo or Bruno. Great team. Sean. Yeah, you have 4-4-2 this week, I think. Honestly, I would do Verts to Njai or Paquetá to Njai and keep Verts. I think one of those two needs to go, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Paquetá, and that's Nixie's. We already did Nixie's. Let's go back to my team. Arav, good to see you, mate. Oh, good morning, Alex. It's good to see you. Is Haaland going to... Yeah, Haaland is ready. Pep Guardiola, in his press conference, said he's ready. So he's ready. The Tom Cartel. Keep the likes coming in, though. I'll tell you what, I'll have another peek at Twitter if we do 150 likes. So 376 people watching. We're on 111 likes. If we do 150, I will... I'll do some more reviews. I'll look at more teams on Twitter. Second air. Oh, mate. Why am I benching Caicedo? I don't even know myself. Mate. Haven't been here since last season. Name change. What was your name before, my friend? I know someone called Matt Han. Play Richards or Elliott. We have the same team. I'm not surprised. I discovered that. We did a Spaces together last night, and it sounded like we have the exact same team. So, the thing is, I'm perfectly comfortable with having the same team as him as well, because he's obviously a good FPL player, number one. But second of all, this is the best team. I have tinkered a lot, and I cannot make a team that I'm more comfortable with than this. So this is it might be the same as a few people's teams, but this is also my honest opinion on the best team. If I were to pick any different players, I would no longer be being true to myself in terms of picks. So I'm always going to say that. I'm not worried. If people want to give me stick for being template, you can do it, mate. I've got a good team. I'm happy with it. Let's have a look. I'm going to see if I can get you an Aston Villa team projection, Alex. Bear with. Oh, I'm bloody glad I didn't share. Christ, I'm glad I didn't share what I'm looking at in terms of Martinez. I've just had some interesting Twitter pictures on my screen. PL Villain. Let's see if he's done a team projection. Nothing yet. We'll have a look at Jump the Wave because Jump the Wave does team predictions. Let's have a look at Jump the Wave. See if we got a Villa team for you. So this is the predicted Man City team v Burnley. I think the 4-3-3 is nailed on apart from the right back by the looks of it. I don't care about the Man United team. Bruno's starting. That's all I care about. Bruno and Mbeumo are starting. Here's the Chelsea lineup. If anyone's interested. If anyone wants a free hit punt on George. Here's the Liverpool predicted lineup. Yeah, I'd probably agree with this. Apart from the right back. Right, here we go. This is where it gets juicy. So Arsenal predicted team. I think all the key names are going to play. Villa, Martinez. So couple saying Bezo's going to play, but Martinez on the whole is likely to start, mate. I don't have any news on him, but that's what they're saying. The defense is a minefield. Rodgers, one predicting he's not going to start. That's the Villa projections. Brighton. Anyone interested in the Brighton team? De Kuiper's been a bit of a disaster, hasn't he, if people had him. Minter could be a good option, to be fair. Chelsea, already started looking at them. A couple of people suggesting Jurgensen's going to play, but I think it'll be Sanchez. Liverpool, I think, is pretty nailed on. Man City team. Man United. It's mad that they bought a new keeper, Man United, and he's not playing for him. Madness, what's going on there? Madness. Absolute madness, ladies and gents. You're going to sell Haaland for a -4. Not sure. There's the Newcastle team. Tottenham. Polina is going to start. Someone was bigging up Polina. He's going to start, I'd imagine, this week. Kudus, Xavi Simons and Richarlison are 100% according to the Spurs fans to start. We're going to get rid of Twitter because I don't want to get myself banned from YouTube because some of the pictures that I saw when I searched for Martinez were not good. Would get me banned, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want that. Like I said, if we get to 150 likes, I'll take a look at more people's teams on Twitter if you want to do that. So 358 people watching at the moment, 150 likes, and we'll do that. Keep Haaland in the middle. What does that mean? What does that mean? Why are you spamming my chat with that? What does it mean, bro? I'm moving Watkins and Rodgers after Burnley. Should I move Rodgers onto Rangers? It depends. I can't. How do I do that, though? I can't just swap them. Not tempted by Stack over Caicedo. Not really. I tell you what. If I do that. No, because then I've got a... I'm just not tempted at all. No. I don't think it's a rave. Arav is a friend of mine. Oh, well, no, Arav. He's friend. He's a friend. Buy Evan Nilsson instead of Wood. No point. Raya, Gabriel, Cucurella, Van der Ven, Reinders, Kudu, Siemens. You want me to give it my rating? I'll give it a 93. You 2 Spurs midfielders is way too risky, in my opinion. And I wouldn't have Cunha. Yeah, Goodmanson is a good pick, mate. Goodmanson is a good pick. Interesting. Some of you guys are a bit OCD with your team selections. I like it. I like it. How do you feel having no Liverpool? Pretty okay, to be honest with you. I'm not too upset or uncomfortable. I think the Liverpool attack. I don't think Liverpool have been all hate on me all you want for saying this, but I don't think Liverpool have actually been that good this season so far. They've won games. They've played like a title-winning team, but I don't think they've had one game yet where you can say they played really well and looked really fluid. I think they're taking time to adjust to their new sort of lineup. Excuse me. So yeah, I've not been too impressed with Liverpool. Their defense has been okay, but outside of Salah, who are you picking in the attack? And then I don't want Van Dijk because I prefer Gabriel. So for that reason, I'm pretty content. All right, Arav, blimey. Use my subs to do it. Let's see then. If I do that. Does he even go in the middle? No, he goes back to the left. So do I get rid of him? And then... I don't know, do that. Does he go... There we go. It does work. Okay. There you go. Haaland's in the middle. Are you happy now? If you tell me to put Haaland back on the left, I'm not going to be happy. Thoughts on the upcoming weeks with your team? I'm very excited, mate. I'm very excited. Paqueta to Rangers worth it? Yeah, probably. I'm not Paqueta's biggest fan. But then, is there much difference between him and Rangers? Probably not. Probably not too much difference. Is Rangers actually that good? 0.2 XGI per 90 he's got. Is Rangers even worth picking? You know? Easy. I'm having doubts about Rangers now. I can't believe it. We do have Haaland in the middle now. Thoughts on Kudus instead of... I just think Njai's going to print points, mate. He's going to play every game for 90 minutes because they don't have Europe. He takes their penalties. And he gets DEFCON. I just think he's so much better than Kudus, in my opinion. It's like all of those players are dodgy. Start again. I disagree. So what's Njai on the right? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. All right. Bear with. Someone's going to really punish me with this. So that's Njai. He's there. We need Semenyo on the left then, don't we? There we go. How about that? Everyone's in their correct position now. Are you happy? Semenyo's on the left. Njai's on the right. Fernandes, Reinders in the middle. Haaland's in the middle. Is everyone happy with that? I need to change my team. I'll press save. Who's my vice captain? João Pedro. No, it's going to be him. Oh, should I swap him around? Yeah, but is João Pedro? No, I'm sticking with that. Fernandes plays the other side of midfield. I don't care. So does Reinders. Reinders plays on the left as well, doesn't he? Be ready for Rodon's 8 points. Who should I bench? Reinders or Njai? Oh my god, that's tough. I've got to say Reinders. I have Eze in my team. Would you play Goodmanson or Munoz instead? I've lost the... No, I play Eze. Gravenberg, no, not for me. Gravenberg doesn't do the DEFCON like Caicedo does. He only had good points last week. Rangers plays on the left. Yes, he does. Bishoy, thank you so much for the donation, mate. You didn't put a message with it, but if you want to put a message in the chat, I'll be sure to read it out, mate. That's very generous of you. I appreciate the super chat. Start one, Verts or Paquetá? Got to say Verts, haven't you? Got to give it Verts. I like Chalobah, yeah. I just don't think you should pick a Chelsea defender, though. I think the Senessis, Tarkovskis and Gabriels of the world are all better. Who to bench? Haaland and Jai or Semenyo? No way. You're starting all of them. I would bench Ndoye, Ilmatic, I reckon. Glenn, I really appreciate that, mate. Is that what currency is that? Is that Danish kroner, isn't it? Oh, it's very generous of you. Thank you, my friend. I'm just gonna blow my nose. Tom Diggins, look at my team. The answer will be found by looking at my team. Ndoye or Enjoy? Enjoy. They sound very similar. Start one, Rodon, Munoz or Rodon? J. Dubon, yeah, I picked Rodon because of DEFCON. $138 likes. You get 12 more likes, ladies and gentlemen. I will do a some more team reviews. So be sure to leave a like rating on the stream. We're 12 away. We got 382 people watching at the moment. Leaving a like rating and subscribing is free. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, if you hit 150, I will do some. I'll check out people's teams on Twitter. Mate, would you prefer Richards against Bournemouth or Anderson against Arsenal in Gameweek 8? Richards. No, I'd have Njai over Kudus every day of the week. Burn over Tarko? No. Danish, I thought so. You've got yourself a new follower, mate. Of course. Yeah, if you send a super chat, I'll review your team. Why no Tottenham players? I'm asking myself that at the moment, mate. Oh, we've done some score predictions. There you go. Laura, morning. Good morning. I hope you're well too. I hope the start of school is going well for you. Well, I guess school feels like it's been going forever now, hasn't it? After a couple of weeks. By the way, Laura, ladies and gentlemen, because she is a friggin' legend, as I gather it, she does a lunchtime FPL club on Fridays at school, if I remember correctly. So, what's everyone doing in the lunchtime FPL club, Laura? Are they all wildcarding? Guardiola or Tarkovsky? Go Tarkovsky, I would. He'll print 4 points a game. Yeah, but Zykel, that's such a short-termer mindset in my mind. Yeah, they could win this week, but then they might not start next weekend, you know? How about swapping jobs? Something I'm thinking about, Tony, mate. Something I'm thinking about, mate. Nick Minderhoud, Strand Larson, Richarlison, Evan Nilsson, or Voltemada? Richarlison. I've gone for Petrovic and Verbruggen. I think the long-term rotation is better than Raya. Mate, don't do that. Just have Petrovic and Dubravka, mate. 2 4.5 million goalkeepers is not the way I play FPL. Juan Ikwan, I think you should. Does Porro start this week? I'm worried about race. Good question. I think so, but good question. Rabiot, I would start Gyökeres. Summer playing triple captain. Club is going well. We love it. Right, well, 150 likes. So I did a tweet earlier on. I'll leave a link to the tweet in the chat. Reply to this tweet with your team, and I will have a look at your team. I'm doing it via tweet rather than Fantasy Football Hub today because so many people are on their wild card. It's the only way to do it. In the bank, I have that, mate. There you go. Is Reinders really nailed? Yeah. For this week, he is anyway. I think he's played well enough that he will play every week. Right. The teams are flying in. Arav, there you go, mate. Sells, Dorgu. Good team. Watkins, though. But then who'd you sell him for? I would consider dropping Watkins and then doing Dewsbury Hall to enjoy, maybe. Do Anderson to Romero and start him over Jock, please. Okay, I might think about it. Daniel Wareham. I'm likely to put Gabriel back in, but for who? Oh, he's got my team, but he's benched. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? That team. I think I put him in for Caicedo if you want to start him, mate. You've got the exact team that I want to pick, basically. That's a good team, that. Nixie would love that team. I can tell. I've got Matilde, not on a wild card. Triple captain in Haaland. Out of Rodgers, Watkins, and Anderson, who would you start? Rodgers, Watkins, Anderson. I'd leave it with Watkins. I've got to make sure I do the latest ones, haven't I? Bibesh, there we go. We got his team. That's the guy who left the super chat, isn't it? No, it's not. It's Bisoy. Kazo. What happened there? The graphics are a bit funky. Good team. Good team. And you've got both Salah and Haaland in there. Bibesh. Sanchez, Anderson, Van der Ven, Senesi, Reinders, Anderson, Fernandez, Salah, Semenyo. Nice team. Nice team. And Bumo over Bruno. Not for me, mate. So you have enough cash for Bruno with this team, but you've gone from Bumo. I wouldn't do that. Bishoy, any suggestions? Let's have a look. You were the one who left the chat, weren't you? Yes, you were. Let's look at your team. Morning, Alex. I tell you what, I really like Vicario. It's a good shout. Senesi Tokov. It's such a good team. I would have Bruno Fernandes in there over Mbumo. Drop Calafiori, get Bruno Fernandes. Blimey. It's going mad. Sorrow, Anderson goal and clean sheet. Good team, I'd have Bruno. FVT, sells. Time to get rid of Forest assets soon. Oh, Dango. Probably got to start him there, haven't you? That'll do. That's fine. Cole's there. I agree on Guardiola to Tarkovsky. Then you'd pretty much have the same team as me, but I'd agree with that. I also, if you're wild carding, I wouldn't have Dewsbury Hall. Don't see the point. Downgrade Richards, upgrade Dewsbury Hall to Caicedo. LFC. Thing is with Pope, he makes too many mistakes in my mind. And as soon as he makes a mistake in a game, I think Ramsdale's going to play. Senesi, Tarkovsky, Van der Ven, Mukiele, Semenyo. It's a good team other than that, though. Good team other than that. I would have Bruno Fernandes in there instead of Saka. Then Bishoy, Luke, Sels, Juve, Milenkovic, Van der Ven, Salah, Semenyo. Good team. Chalin, Bobutak. Good to see you, Bobutak, by the way, mate. Raya Dubravka. Yeah, good team. Oh, you don't have Bruno. That's how you've done that. I was like, how have you afforded that team? You don't have Bruno. The only thing I would say is you're weak. Every 11 you field, mate, is going to have Lyle Foster, Stack, or a non-ideal defender in it. just looked at that team. Mr. Knight. Good team. Considering dropping Evan Nilsson I just don't think it's worth it. The only thing for me with Richarlison is just at some point he's not going to start. Bishoy, who do you think I should bench? I think you've done it right. I think you've done it right. I think your bench is correct. Right, that'll do for team reviews. That was enough. I think everyone saw a team that was either theirs or looked very similar to theirs. I'll ask again. I'll say, if we hit 200 likes on the stream, I'll do some more team reviews. Every 50 likes, I'll do some more. We've got 430 people watching now, which is great. Thank you, everyone. If you leave a like and we get 200, which is basically half the people watching the stream, I'll look at some more teams. I didn't see your team, mate. Did I skip it? I'll have a quick look. Oh, there you are. Akash. Raya, Senesi, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Reinders, Kudus. Good team. Very good team. Not sure about benching Dubravka. Oh, sorry, benching Gyökeres. What did I say, Dubravka? Gyökeres, but probably is the right play. There you go. Do you triple captain this week? If not, why? If I wasn't wildcarding, I would. Border Athletic, the idea of spending 5 million on a goalkeeper you won't use is madness. When you've got Dubravka at 4 million who plays, you don't even need to consider another goalkeeper as your second keeper, in my mind. You don't know how lucky we are this season to have a playing 4 million goalkeeper. Sesko's starting. I don't know, with Cunha back, I think it could be Mount, Cunha and Bumo as the three. Who's bench, Van Dijk or Anderson? Anderson for me. Bench Reinders or Kudus? Reluctantly, I'm saying Reinders. Mount, give it a rest. I think he plays. Amorim absolutely loves Mason Mount, mate. He absolutely loves him. Thoughts on Tarkowski to Romero and Alderete to Anna? Nah. Not for me. Just join. Do you think Haaland will play 90? Yeah. Every manager loves Mount. See, Jemima knows. Jemima knows. When to triple captain Haaland if playing wildcard this week? I don't know, mate. Just stay flexible. I don't think you need to plan it, I'll be honest. If you're wildcarding this week, I do think you need to plan your bench boost. That's one thing I would say. But in terms of when you should use your triple captain, I wouldn't worry. Haaland is injured in the warm-up. Well, it is what it is if that happens. I'm not going to get too mad, to be honest. Haaland is ready to go, mate. I do like Foden. Yeah. I do like Foden. Especially with the injuries that Man City have at the moment. I think he's going to play pretty much every game. I triple captain Saka in game week 2. You did get robbed. Next week I have 3 free transfers. Should I have Raya, Gyökeres and Gabriel this week? Or 2 of these weeks? Yeah, 2 plus Reinders. I think you could bench Gyökeres. Thoughts on Burn over Gabriel to free up funds? Nah. Not for me. Essex Carpet Cleaning Company. I hope you enjoyed Gillingham. Bench boost in game week 8. Haaland triple captain against West Ham from a West Ham fan. Yeah, that's a good point. Foden or Mbumo or Xavi for Salah replacement. Foden or Mbumo or Xavi for Salah replacement. My gut says Mbumo because there's no European football for Man United. Trying to hold my wild card till 13. Not sure anyone will make it. Yeah. Have you still got Watkins and Rogers, Jemima? Where is the hype of Munoz from Gameweek 1? Not quite getting the Defcons, is he? Do I fancy Mukiele? Not in that way, but I've gone for Rodon. Enzo, Caicedo or Gravenberch? I'd go with Enzo if you can afford him. Doku, yeah, he could be good. Mateta, Pedro to transfer out. Mateta or Pedro to transfer out and make bank for Haaland. Mateta, probably. But then with Sarback, I think Mateta's good as well. I'd say Mateta, though. What do you say about Evan Nilsson? Fine, he's fine. Munoz to Tarkovsky? Yes. Is double Arsenal attack worth it? I'd have defence over attack. Just like Arteta does. Thoughts on Richarlison for the next 2 weeks and then back to Gyökeres? Yeah. Do I sell Mateta to Gyökeres or João Pedro? João Pedro. That's a good question, Alex. I've got 4 transfers. So next week I'll have 4 free transfers. So I could, oh God, I could buy Richarlison this week and then use a transfer, couldn't I? But then who have Spurs got next week? I just feel like it's going to be hard to see. Leeds. Oh, they got Leeds. I think it could be really hard. I'm just going to stick with this team. I'm not going to overthink it. Enzo took the penalty when Palmer wasn't on the pitch last time. Worth 2 free I think so, Chris. What is your starting 11? Here it is. What one would you pick out of Enzo? I've already answered that. Ben, good to see you, mate. I did Foden to Semenyo. No way I can't have Foden for the next 4. If I would drop Reinders, I think. I think Njai, Fernandez and Semenyo just absolutely nailed on. Foden over Semenyo are not for me. Not for me. I wouldn't do it. I think Semenyo's better. I really do. Yeah. I'm still bullish on Semenyo, mate. Are you thinking purely for this week? Because FPL, you've got to think long term. You can't just do betting odds for 1 week, in my mind, Ben. That's my thoughts. Never had the Villa players, but used -4 this and last week. Verts Murillo trying to hold team value. Fair enough. Yeah, you're probably right, Nixie. You're probably right. You're probably right. 4 free transfers next week. Richarlison's got it. He's got it. Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm going to let myself have that bit of fun. Jokes when Richarlison doesn't start. Or bloody Gyökeres scores a penalty and Richarlison blanks. Go on then. It's done. I'm not even going to do anything else to my team. I'm not even going to do anything. I'm going to leave enough cash. To buy Gyökeres again. Richarlison over Gyökeres, and yeah, that's I think what I'm going to do, mate. Because Gyökeres has got West Ham next week. So I think we go Richarlison this week, and then I use a 1 week. I got 4 free transfers. This is my unique position. 4 free transfers. I can just use one of them to get Gyökeres back next week. I got the cash. I've now got 3 million in the bank. Yeah, I like it. I think that's wise. Now I just actually have to do the move because Richarlison has Leeds away next week. Would you do the same with 3? I think I would, We did the predicted teams already, Jemima. You clearly haven't been around for the whole stream. I'm only messing. I'll get the Tottenham one up for you because I'm nice like that. You got to leave a like rating on the stream for that one though. There you go. You always ask for team reviews, and it's a really useful thing to go through. You always remind me to do it. So there you go. Mate, Rodgers and Watkins can absolutely do one, as far as I'm concerned. I have had enough. I have had enough. No, I want João Pedro, Nixie. It's all right, Jemima. I've showed you it anyway. Man City team news. The projection is this. It must be here. There you go. Donnarumma, probably Rico Lewis, Ruben Diaz, Guardiola, O'Reilly, Rodri, Reinders, Bernardo Silva, Doku, Foden, Haaland. They got so many injuries. I think that has to be the team. Emre Kappa. I will be wildcarding game week 8. So thinking about getting Foden for a -4. There is a quiz. Does anyone in the chat want to do a quiz? We've got like 500 people watching at the moment. If I do the quiz, it will give me an opportunity to go and make a coffee after I ask a question as well, which will make me very happy. I wouldn't take a -4 for Foden. So here's what has to happen for the -4 for Foden to be worth it. Foden has to return this week, and the player you're selling has to not return. That's why you take the hit. A few people asking for a quiz. Yeah, I know, Joshua. I'm allowed to change my mind, bro. I think that the thing that I wasn't considering in my decision previously was the 4 free transfers that I've got. I think the 4 free transfers make sense. It makes sense to do it. You could have Isak. I wouldn't pick him. But this week, if you're on your free hit, I think you could do worse than picking Isak, I must say. Do we be different in cap? No, I wouldn't captain Richarlison. Right. I'm going to do the quiz and go and make a coffee after I ask the first question. You ready? I'm going to run across the flat and put the kettle on. First question then. So there were 2 players who both scored the most points last week, but only one has been named player of the week. Yeah, people moaning that I'm not template. Unbelievable. Only one was named player of the week. Who was named player of the week? I'm going to run very quickly and make a coffee because that will make me more energetic. Let's see what everyone's answered with. Oh, we've only had a few answers in the chat. Oh, folks, play along. A few shouts for a Wobie. Tom needs a Breville 1 Cup. I do. The answer is Stack. He got 15 points last week, joint with Gravenberg, but FPL named Stack as the player of the week. Usual theme with these quiz, we do some templates for people to guess. So can anyone guess? Can anyone guess who that is? Can anyone guess who that is? I'm going to join FPL Tom's stream very quickly and tell him that Richarlison is in my team. All the kettle's done, ladies and gents. I'm just going to join FPL Tom's stream and tell him that Richarlison is in my team. Subscribers only mode. Am I not subscribed? Surely I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. The answer to this question is not Santa. It's Reindeers. Well done, everyone that said Reindeers. Next question. So we'll show you the live what FPL is saying for this one. But who has been transferred out the most ahead of this game week? Let me know. Who's been transferred out the most? Right, we are back. We are back. Oh. The answer, ladies and gents, we're going to roll through this quiz very quick, is Eki TK. We're going to run through this quiz very quick. Get back to my team. Who is that? I'm not on a posh coffee, mate. This is just instant stuff. But I do have an Alf FPL mug on the go. The answer, that is Senesi. So well done, everyone that guessed for Senesi. And the final question, who is the top scoring player in FPL right now? Whoops. You can see him. Did I not do the contrast? I can't see him on my screen. Anyway. The answer is Haaland. Haaland is the top scoring player. So there's the quiz. We're going to go back to my team now. Because we need to talk wildcards. Wildcards is the topic of the streams today. Oh no, it was fine on my screen. Oh well, people can have that one for free. Some people can have that one for free. Right, there we go. Let us know what you got in the quiz out of 5. Richarlison is in my team, ladies and gentlemen. I've just purchased Richarlison. Can I get a free mug for 6 out of 5? Unfortunately not. The mugs are so good that we can't just give them away, you know? You have to win my mini league in order to get a mug, mate. You have to win my mini league in order to get a mug. By the way, I've obviously made some changes to the graphics of the stream. This is a new format for the last couple of weeks. Are there any things you would like to see added to the graphics that are on? Check the comments. You haven't dropped your team. What comments are you talking about? I'm looking at the chat, mate. I'm looking at the chat. Oh, and by the way, if we got 200 likes, so I'm going to do some team reviews. We said when we hit 200 likes, I'm going to do some team reviews. I'm going to do some. I'm probably not going to be able to get everyone's now, unfortunately, because I have a lot of notifications on Twitter. But if you check out the link, the tweet in the link, I will review your team. If you reply to that with a screenshot of your team, I'll review it. And we'll do it on screen. So I don't know if K114 is still in the team, in the stream, but that's a good team. Haaland captain, I like it. FPL Just, I like it. I wouldn't have Gakpo, but I like it. My mic drops out for a second here or there. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Let's turn off the noise suppression. Let's turn that down. Where's the noise suppression? -18. Let's get rid of some of that. That might stop it. Hopefully, that will stop it. Yeah, that should do the trick. No, that's fine. Mr. Knight. We've already looked at that team. So I'm waiting now. Reply to that tweet with your team and I'll have a look. No IDs. Reply to that tweet with your team because everyone's on their wild card this week. I'm going to go for Foden as a punt. In fact, I'm not going to show my Twitter on screen just in case. Thoughts? What a little differential. I like it. I would go for Bruno Fernandes over in Mbumo. Dark 7. Bloody hell. No chips played. You basically got a wild card team here. It's a good team. I would look at a way to get Enjoy in, I reckon, if it were me. That's a good team, though. Especially if you've not used a wild card. Lucas? We already looked at that, didn't we? Who's Florentino? Am I an idiot? You trolling me? Are you trolling me? This is probably a player that I've not heard of. Oh no, he is a DEFCON machine. You're absolutely right. But he's 5 million. You're spending 5 million on a Burnley defender. And he might be a machine, but he's only hit it once. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure I could pay 5 million for a Burnley defender, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I have that in me. I didn't realise you stuck Caicedo in. I have Caicedo, mate. Salah, Mateta, Munoz to Haaland, Bruno, and Anderson. Yeah, that works. Mateta to João Pedro or Richarlison for this week. Richarlison. Jock next week. That's my plan, mate. I've got to bring myself. I'm spending 5.5 million on an Everton defender because Tarkowski took those points. He's kept 2 clean sheets. And he's got West Ham. I just don't think Burnley are that good. That's my logic. It's a crazy game, this, isn't it, Nixie? A crazy game. Who'd have thought that I'd be having James Tarkowski in my team all season, eh? Who'd have thunk it? By the way, if you haven't already, drop us a follow on Instagram at TomHFootball. I'd appreciate that. I make FPL reels, so I've been growing a little bit of a following on there with my reels. But yeah, you get to see what I'm up to in my day-to-day life. If you fancy that, I had a steak last night. If you want to see the steak I had for dinner last night, it's on my FPL. It's on my Instagram. Sorry. What else we got? Oh, the chat's going crazy. Mukiele is like Tarkowski. I'm not sure. You didn't review my team. I've sent it 4 times. What's your name? Nishan. It's not coming through, bro. Have you DM'd it to me? I don't look at my DMs on Twitter, really, mate. I get so many just random ones. I can't really look at it. Phoenix? Verbruggen? What? I wouldn't have Verbruggen. I'd have Petrovic over Verbruggen, mate. But other than that, really nice team. I guess you're not wildcarding. Janius, a picture of your screen. Right, that's interesting. Raya, Guardiola, Romero, Senesi, Enjoy, Kudus, Semenyo, Fernandez. Great team. You've got the same team as me pretty much, but I wouldn't captain Richarlison. I'd captain Haaland. Should I drop Tarkowski / Caicedo plus 1 million and bring in Foden and Rodon? No. No, I don't think you would. I don't think I would. Ronaldo. Actual Ronaldo. A great team. No wild card. Strong. You're in a good position there. I would definitely get Haaland in, El Jefe. I would definitely get Haaland in this week. Baby Weevu. Raya Dubravka, Gabriel Senesi. Byram. Oh, I see. Because you need a 3.9. I wouldn't do it. I think the thing you need to think about on your wild card is, for me, it's being ready to bench boost as well. I think playing the wild card, it lines you up for a unique opportunity to bench boost. And I don't think you're ready to bench boost because you've got Byram. So for me, I'd look for some cash, and that cash is coming from Kudus for me. I'm not massive on Kudus. I think I'd get Ismail Assar in there instead of Kudus if you want to go for an attacking player at that price point, and then that'll allow you to upgrade Byram. Good luck, mate. Thank you everyone for following me as well. Anish, should I wildcard 3 free transfers? I'm gonna pin the tweet as well that you should reply to. A second. Should I wildcard, get 3 free transfers back, or -4 Palmer? I really don't want to wildcard and triple captain Haaland. Don't know what to do. You don't need to wildcard this team. You don't need to wildcard that. I would just do Palmer to who you think. Palmer to Bruno Fernandes, mate. Palmer to Bruno Fernandes, and I'd probably, just do Palmer to Fernandes. And then I'd probably start Gakpo over Anderson. Then you're done. Luke. That's a wildcard team, and I like it. Minte's gonna be decent, I think. I like it. Back to my team. Back to my team. Is the mic a bit better, by the way, Ua? Least exciting headline ever. Spider-Man spotted filming in Basingstoke. Love it. Alex, you did miss the quiz. I reeled through it quite quickly this week. God, I did big up Rodri, didn't I? Can you review my team, especially the lineup for today? Yeah, send it to me on Twitter. It's the pinned message in the chat, mate. Bro, I have Siemens and Kudus. Is it too risky to play them over Cunha or put Cunha over one? I play them both over Cunha this week, actually. I think they both start. Minte has been looking really good. I would agree. Matthew, I think he's one of the players that would be nailed on in my team at the moment with Semenyo. I think he would be nailed on. Why no Spurs players? Well, that's just not true, is it, Laura? That is just false. Yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a like rating on the stream if you're around here. How many likes do you reckon we can get on the stream? We got 450 people in here, which is incredible. Thank you, everyone. I reckon we can do 250 likes. What do you think? More than that, maybe, I don't know. I reckon we can do 300 likes with a fair wind. Yeah, I agree, Ben. I think Richarlison's the one. What are you thinking, Ben, on Foden? Have you got Foden? I'm having Semenyo over Foden. He took the last penalty for Bournemouth as well, did Semenyo. That was the thing that got me. He took the penalty. Aniket, I think in your position I would bench Gakpo purely because Gyökeres takes penalties. Crazy to think. Well, I think it's I think it's fair that yeah, but even then I just don't think Kluivert is think he's going to have to fight for his place in the team. And he's also going to have to fight for his penalties back, I think. But yeah, I would start Gyökeres over Gakpo for penalties. I've not been that impressed by Gakpo. He scored his goals, but yeah, not been that impressed. Stream is lagging. Is it lagging for anyone else? Only one team in... No, mate. We're all about Bristol City here, pal. You can probably see my scarf, can't you? Why not putting Salah in free hit? He's too much money, mate. Bishoy, Richarlison in your team. Someone in the chat very fairly reminded me that I have 4 free transfers. And I'm in a unique position. I think many people are wildcarding with that many free transfers. And I just think if you have that many free transfers, you can use them. And for me, I pick Richarlison this week and then just go to Gyökeres next week. It fills me with excitement. Oh, I just need my desk. Apologies for that. Yeah, I'm just quite excited. Quite excited about Richarlison. 5, Ben. You can stack up to 5. I think my team is too template. I wouldn't worry. The thing is, I wouldn't pick differentials for the sake of it. I have picked Richarlison because I thought it all along. I think he's going to do really well this week. He's probably going to take penalties for Spurs, and Wolves are quite literally one of the worst teams in the league. So I'm not picking him because he's differential. I'm picking him because I think he's probably, alongside Haaland, the best forward in the game this week. So that's my logic for that. Bristol to win the league, or I'd say Bristol to win the league, to be honest. The City, if Bristol won the league, if Bristol City, can't believe I just said Bristol. I've done it before. When I called Bristol City Bristol before, I only did it because you called us Bristol. I called us Bristol before on Twitter, and I had abuse from some Bristol City fans claiming that I was a fake Bristol City fan because I called us Bristol. So yeah, I had someone threaten to beat me up when I went to my next game because of it. I don't know if you knew, but I have a channel about Bristol City as well. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, don't call us Bristol. But I think I'd have us winning the championship. Yeah, we were close. We were close to having Turkey Al Sheikh take over this week, I think. He pulled out in the end by the signs of it. How influential are you? I don't know. There are currently 436 people watching the stream. In total, 5,000 people have seen it so far. That's what my views are telling me. And probably 1,000 of those 5,000 have seen Richarlison in my team, I reckon. Having a benching headache. Who shall I bench between Mateta and Gakpo? And have Livramento and Cucurella? I would bench Livramento and I would bench Gakpo, I think. I really like Mateta. I think I just like penalty takers. Cheers, Ben. I don't know what you did, but I appreciate it. I'd triple captain Haaland. Oh, mate, don't spam the chat, bro. Bro, you're gone. I've answered your question. You're gone. You're gone. Cheers, Ben. But he's gone. Cortex, it's good to see you, mate. I'm doing very well. I think I've completed my wild card. I'm very, very happy with it. I had Gyökeres in here for a while, and then I thought, well, I'm wildcarding, but I also have 4 free transfers. So that means after this week, I could probably use one of them. And I have. I've planned it. So I've got Richarlison this week, and I think I'm going to swap him out for Gyökeres. And Gyökeres is going to be back in next week. But because I have 4 free transfers, I feel like I can get away with it. So that's what I've done. And I've got Richarlison playing Wolves at home, and I'm very excited about what the week has in store. Caicedo's on my bench. I think he probably should stay on my bench as well. So that makes that decision a bit easier. I just think it all works out. Yeah, I agree. What, Richarlison 1 week punt? Why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? Anish hates Bruno. Mate, pick Bruno. You're telling me, who do you sell Palmer to? I say Bruno. Get over it. It's FPL, mate. You want to score points. It doesn't really matter who you like and don't like. You got the same team. You got loads of cash. I've got 3 million in the bank. Yeah, 3.1. Be lovely if Richarlison goes up by 0.2 this week, wouldn't it? Is Minte worth a 1 week punt? I don't think the fixture's good enough. Anyone from Nottingham Forest in free hit? No, probably not. Salah x Haaland draft. Nice. Nothing wrong with picking a team. Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for this week. Oh, the coffee. The caffeine in the coffee is hit. I'm in a good mood now this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I needed that. I've been up since 5:45 to get ready for this stream this morning because we're committed on this channel. I'm determined to grow this channel as much as possible. So, yeah, and the coffee's helping. I wonder if we can hit 18k subs on stream. We'll see. We're on 17,860 now. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, ladies and gents. I'd really appreciate that, and leave a like rating on the stream. We're buzzing on caffeine now. If we hit 300 likes, I'll be buzzing. And if we hit 250, which is 7 away, I'll have a look at some more teams on Twitter. How about that? I'm happy with that team. I'm perfectly happy with that wildcard draft now. Oh, Cortex, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I was a little bit ill a couple of weeks ago. I had a cold. I went to London and that made me a little bit ill. Bloody London. I didn't enjoy it either. I don't know. I was so busy on the tube. And yeah, I got ill. It was dirty, Ben. It was. I should have brought hand sanitizer with me, really. Well, my experience of London anyway was that this time. Yeah, weather change. What's happening in Algeria weather-wise at the moment? What are we saying? I guess if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you have spring, summer, autumn, winter. But what are we saying temperature-wise? It's 11 degrees in Bristol today, which is poor. I know, mate. I was on Whitehall. I didn't go for the purpose of the Donald Trump protest, but I had a training course with work. Not that really my work is affiliated with the government at all. It's not really. But for some reason, the training course was in a building on Whitehall. And we all got told we had to go out the back entrance because there was a Donald Trump protest going on. And there was. So I went out the back entrance and then went and had a little nosy. And it was quite funny. There were loads of people there. Some very funny models and stuff of Trump. I think even if you like him or don't like him, you can still find memes and stuff funny. I quite enjoyed giving it a watch. I mean, you've got to, haven't you? If there's something like that going on, I think there were a good 30,000 people there. You've got to go and have a look. So we had a look. We've had rain once this month. Well, that sounds great to me. I have a benching headache with my defenders. I currently have Gabriel, Tarkovsky, and Sendai. I guess that means Senesi. But my bench is Van der Ven versus Wolves. I think I would start Van der Ven versus Wolves over Gabriel, mate. 13 degrees in the northwest of Scotland, and it's going to pish down. That sounds very Scottish. Enjoy for me is nailed on, yeah, I think so. 90 minutes every game. They don't have Europe. Obviously, Tyler Dibling's been signed, but it doesn't look like Moyes really fancies him, to be honest. So yeah, for me, Enjoy is nailed on. So I'll be honest, I didn't follow Trump's state visit very closely because I'm not really into politics too much. But I don't actually think he went to London. So I didn't see his motorcade or anything. I just saw the protest. Because the protest, like, the popular place to protest in Britain is Parliament Square. in Westminster. So you walk down Whitehall and then end up in Parliament Square, and that's what they did. FPL Vulas not going Tarkowski. Interesting. Who should I captain if I don't have Haaland? Bruno. But you've got to have Haaland, mate. You've got to get Haaland in. Donnarumma or Raya? Long-term Raya. Short-term, probably Donnarumma, but long-term, I'm going Raya. For an extra 0.3 million, is Guardiola than Tarkowski? Not for me. What do you think of Lacroix? Don't mind him. I personally think I'd just have Richards, though. You think I could just bench Palmer and play Gakpo this week? Yeah, but Palmer's out for 2 to 3 weeks. He's not going to be back until after the international break. So if you... And you don't even know if he's definitely going to be back. I've got 3.3 million in the bank, I think, Lion King. Richarlison, Haaland, João Pedro, and Njai. Kudus, Foden, Reinders. Any mid-worth to put? No. Yusuf, you asking me strange questions on this stream, bro. Fen Alexander, mate. There were 2 protests on Whitehall a couple of weeks ago. There was that Unite the Kingdom one, and that was on Saturday. And then I was on Whitehall on Wednesday. Yeah, I was on Whitehall on Wednesday when there was the Trump protest. So Whitehall was quite busy a couple of weeks ago, mate. I didn't attend the Trump protest, just to say. I was working there and I walked out of the building into it. So you have to go. You got to go and have a look, haven't you? I'm hoping this isn't the biggest Haaland overhype of all time. Mate, if Haaland doesn't do anything this week, it's bad luck. Everything suggests that he's going to do well. It's a good fixture. They're at home. He's fit. Been confirmed he was going to play. Ben Alexander. I didn't go to it. I was just there on the day. If you're there on the day and it's right outside the building that you're in, I think you're going to go and have a look, aren't you? I'm not the type to go to protests, mate. That's not really what I do. Not that I need to explain myself, but you know what I mean. I got sidetracked then. Play Trump in goal. I think you stick him in goal, don't you? You can't have him running the channels. I don't think he's got it in him anymore, mate. He's not running the channels. I think he's going in goal. Yeah, Daniel. It's exactly that. I had Gyökeres up front. But I thought I've also got 4 free transfers. You're all right, Fen. Don't stress. I just don't want to be affiliated with that kind of thing because it's not my character. What was I going to say? Yeah. So I did Gyökeres to Richarlison. That's how I bought the cash. But I had 0.9 in the bank when I had Gyökeres as well. So Sanchez is available. Yeah, the reason I wildcarded is I just don't think his place in the Chelsea team is safe. I think he probably starts this week, but he had a howler against Man United, and he's just not a good goalkeeper. I think it's madness in my mind, by the way, that Sanchez is the starting goalkeeper for Chelsea. I think it's madness. Joe Fitzpatrick, no, I think it's perfectly acceptable to have Salah and Haaland in your team, mate. When you look at my FPL videos this week, my transfer plans on Monday, I had them both in my wildcard team. I made the decision, right? This is why I decided not to have Salah. I did it entirely based upon captaincy, right? So here are the fixtures. So I think in FPL right now, and I don't know how you feel, there are 5 players in the game that I would give the armband to, right? One of them is Gyökeres for Arsenal. You know, he scored bazillion goals for Sporting Lisbon last season. He's going to bully the lesser teams, I think. And he's on penalties. I think Cole Palmer, he's a captaincy shout when they got a good game. And then you got Salah, Haaland, and I think people have captained Bruno Fernandes already this season. So those are your 5 captaincy choices, right? I look at the fixtures. Salah has got Crystal Palace. Everyone's captaining Haaland this week. Chelsea away next week. You know, I'd say, Haaland's a good captain. Bruno's a good captain. Gyökeres is a good captain next week. Arguably better than Salah. In game week 8, Salah's got Man United at home. He could do well against United, to be fair, but Haaland's got Everton at home. So you could argue in game week 8, Haaland's the best captain. Looking at game week 9, that's valid. Liverpool have got Brentford away. So you get to game week 9 and you think, actually, Salah could be the best captain then. But then, is Villa away actually that bad of a fixture? Game week 10, it's Bournemouth at home versus Villa at home. And then Arsenal have got Burnley away. So you could captain Gyökeres in game week 10. Game week 11, Palmer's got Wolves at home. So that's an interesting week, game week 11. You could actually have Palmer as captain because Man City and Liverpool play each other. Game week 12, I think you could make an argument that probably Salah against Forest is the best captain. But for the next few weeks, I don't think you need Salah. Does that make sense? That's my logic, anyway. You're spending that amount of money on a player in the game. You want to be captaining him. Chris, that's a very kind comment. Oh, thank you, mate. Well, if anyone agrees with Chris, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I wonder if we can get to 18,000 subs this weekend. We're getting there. 80 says 17,867 so far. So thank you everyone for liking and subscribing. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes as well. That'd be great. Liam, sorry I missed your message earlier, pal. I'm doing really well, mate. Are you off to Preston today? Sorry, the chat's been going a bit mad today, Liam. Apologies that I missed your message earlier. I think Salah can only come back and bite you if he's the best captain on 1 week. Big up, Chris. Shame you're an Arsenal fan. I'll let him off. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's going too quickly. I would go Tarkowski over Timber, mate. I would urge against Richarlison as a Spurs fan. By the way, my plan with Richarlison is to have him this week and then sell him for Gyökeres next week. I've got 4 free transfers to do it. 2 free transfers, I think, is borderline for me. It depends how many risks you have in your team. Is Enzo better than Njai? Not for me. Enzo right now is probably better because he'll take penalties with no Palmer. But as soon as Palmer's back into the team, I think Njai is better. So for the next couple of weeks, Enzo could be better, but not long term. Gavin, mate, you definitely are setting yourself up for pain. The reason for me getting rid of Watkins and Rodgers is it's not just that they've played poorly. Villa have been terrible. Villa have just not looked like scoring a goal. And that for me is just had enough. By the way, we're going to see how we go, but I'm attempting to grow out a bit of a mullet, by the way. So when we get to November, I think I don't know why I haven't mentioned this before. I think I'm going to do Movember. So I'll raise money using this channel and the other one for Movember. And the plan is to go mullet and mustache for November. So I reckon I can grow a pretty solid tash. So yeah, we'll raise some money for a charity for that. Morgan Wallen. Who's that? Got to Google him. Yeah, we'll take that. Oh, no, there's a court. Oh, no. Oh, he's a bit of a dodgy fellow by the looks of it. But if I look like him, I look like him. Can't really help it. Sounds like a third channel incoming. Let's see. Well, I figure that's a good Movember thing to do, isn't it? Villa are below West Ham. That is some achievement. Yeah, it's some going. I haven't chosen yet, Rob, to be honest. I'm open to suggestions, really. My knowledge of charities is a little bit... is not the greatest, so if you've got any suggestions. Movember, you can just raise money for Movember. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll just raise it for Movember. Because they have a varying array of like men's charities. Not sure about the mullet. Well, we'll see how we go, mate. We'll see how we go. Mayat, I think so. Yeah, check your team. All right, Ben. Oh, excuse me. Have you DM'd me, have you? It's Ben's team. Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. If you don't believe in Semenyo, go with your gut. Sorry, people have just sent me their teams. I've got like 20 DMs of. I'm sorry. I just can't look at everyone's teams. There's too many in my DMs at the moment. I'll tell you what, though, if we hit 300 likes, I'll do another round of team reviews. Is the mullet? No, it won't be. I'll have to wear a hat. Your preference is always cancer research. Fair enough. Let's have a look at Movember a second. Let's see what money goes towards. Have they done anything? Movember. Change in the face of men's health. Oh, the website's just crashed on me. Caicedo, he just gets 4 points a game with Defcon, basically, mate. That's why I picked him. 2 Movember till Man United win 5 games in a row. No. I've got a Bristol City channel now as well, mate. So I've already been abused on that channel. That's why the person threatened to beat me up, because I said on this channel, I know it's disgusting, but I have 2 teams. I can't get away from it. So yeah, I already got threatened to be beaten up at the stadium because I also follow Man United. So I think growing a tash for Man United when I've got a Bristol City channel is probably not the best idea. Raise funds. So yeah, what are they raising funds for? Oh, we'll check it out. But I think I'm going to raise it for Movember. We're going mullet tash. That's the plan. Flat cap on backwards, plus 500 aura farming. We'll see, mate. Morning, Daniel. Good to see you, Holly. Morning. We're on a very similar vibe with teams this week. I think we've got 3 differences. Big ups. I went for Richarlison. This week. My plans for the weekend. It's not the most interesting. I'm basically glued to my desk today. I'm going to go to the gym after that and get a quick session in. But Bristol City are playing at 3 p.m. So I will be doing a match preview for the Robin's Nest channel before that, watching the game, making an FPL video and a short, and then doing a review of the game. So I'm going to do like 5 YouTube videos today. That's basically my full day. I'll try and get outside and go for a walk as well, if I can. But yeah, that's my day today. Tomorrow, I might have a podcast in the morning for Bristol City. I'll do a live stream. Go and see the family very quick for a roast dinner, and then back here to make another video. I mean, my life at the moment is just work 5 days a week, and then when I'm not working, I'm making YouTube videos, basically. So that's my weekend. I sound negative about it. I absolutely love it, but it will be very busy. Yeah, we'll do team reviews when we hit 300 likes, mate. So we're on 278 at the moment. Got to make that bread, Holly. I want to, at some point, try and buy a house. It's outrageous, right? But at some point, I have an outrageous ambition that I want to buy a house in Bristol. And I don't know if anyone's seen Bristol house prices, but they are quite high. And also, I would like at some point to be able to do this YouTube thing full time because I absolutely love it. So I'm just doing everything I can to hit those things. So yeah, if you enjoy the content, then that's all I can ask. Yeah, there you go, Holly. We've done all right this morning, haven't we? Big views. I'm very grateful. I think this week's FPL, everyone wants to know what they're doing with their wildcard, don't they? I mean, the poll has been answered by 1,000 people and 51% of wildcard in this week. So pretty much every man and their dog, well, sort of, using their wildcard. So I think it's a big week for that. I'm 28, mate. I don't know if you could guess my age, actually. I probably shouldn't have said that. I should have asked you to guess, but I am 28. Hey mate, do you prefer Richarlison and Caicedo or Gyökeres and Kudus? I actually prefer Richarlison and Caicedo, you know. But I think what do I say? Richarlison. I think Richarlison is like a 1 week punt. Richarlison's a 1 week punt. Oh, Dreamers, don't compare yourself to me, mate. I would also say, genuinely, I started the channel when I was 26. Basically, I went like all in on this channel when I was 26. And I would also say this lifestyle that I'm currently leading, I am making sacrifices. Like it's not all joy. You say I've got things figured out, but there are some sacrifices that are having to be made as a result of this lifestyle that I lead, mate. Like, I don't have any spare time this weekend. If someone asked me, do I want to go to the pub or anything, or see my friends, I can't do it this weekend. You know, so it's not all sunshine and rainbows, mate. And I wouldn't worry about ever having everything sorted out at 26. I still don't feel like I do at 28, so I wouldn't worry. Anyway, I'll shut up about my life. No one cares about that. Getting on the housing ladder is, yeah, mate, really hard. Especially when you're on your own as well. I think it's, we won't get political, but the only way you can really buy a house in the city that I live in sensibly is getting coupled up. And it's great, but I quite like the idea of just owning a house to myself, you know? I think that's a nice thing, to have your own place. Because you never know what happens in life. So to own your own place that you don't have to, you know, get into a legal agreement with someone else on, I think is what I want to do. That's the decision I've come to. So yeah. GW, I don't think it was peer pressure, you know. And I'm actually really happy with the decision. The reason I've done it is because I have 4 free transfers. Holly, it's got to be Richarlison, my friend. Got to be Richarlison. Strand Larsen's great, but I think you've got to have Richarlison. Cheers, John. I appreciate that. Agree, Harry's. I do try. International break's coming up. We got nationals in Sheffield at the end of October as well. Obviously, I swim, so I do have a life outside of it. I do. I guess I just try not to waste any time, I suppose is the right thing. Like, I don't play computer games or watch Netflix or anything like that. No, Philip, I am terrible at football. I'm all right in goal. I used to play 5-a-side and we played in goal. I could make myself big and I got good, decent, coordination to play in goal. But I swim. Swimming is my sport, mate. I resent putting him in. Why do you resent him? Are you a Liverpool fan? I can't remember. But even still, I would pick him. Yeah, absolutely. Yo, I am Gucci. That's the lifestyle that I lead. I need to open my blinds. My blinds are still closed. There we go. Let some natural light in. He's more a player I like. You've got to put those sort of affinities aside in FPL, Holly. It's too bright. How much do you have in the bank? Madged, good to see you, my friend. Must be your birthday coming up again. I remember, if I remember rightly, I had a random DM on Instagram asking to make you a... it's the only time it's ever happened to me, but asking me to make you a birthday video. But it feels like that was nearly a year ago now. So I hope you're keeping well. That's how much I got in the bank, mate. Swimming's been good, mate. Yeah, thanks for asking. I've had a shoulder injury for the last few months. I've probably talked about it quite a bit. It's getting better and better. I've found a physio who did a really good job with me. I've been doing shoulder rehab activities. It's been so boring, but I've been doing them every day. Yeah, rehab's been going really well, mate. Thanks for asking. And we're sprinting again. I'm not prime in terms of speed at the moment, but we're getting there and I'm able to sprint. So that's good. Have you considered Donnarumma? I just think Donnarumma is a short-term option. Raya's for life. Donnarumma is for Christmas. It's that kind of thing. All the light is giving you a migraine. Come on. It has been quite a hard week of training though, so my shoulder is a bit sore today. So, unfortunately, my particular shoulder problem means that I can't dead hang. So the last issue I have is my bicep tendon is like inflamed, and when you hang, your bicep tendon is in the like it gets squeezed by the subacromial space, and that's the one exercise I literally can't do. When I get a bit better, I'll be fine, but right now I can't. Can we have Scott Twine back? No. He's the best free kick taker in world football, mate. He's been wonderful for us. Is Minte worth it? Probably not. I'm thinking of wildcarding next week. For longevity, who would be the better two out of these four? Saka, Bruno, and Gyökeres for me. You tell him, Tom. Absolutely. Liam will fight you on it, Phil. We're both Bristol City fans. I actually don't mind Van Dijk, you know. He's good for DEFCON, isn't he? Holly is making the mistake, though. The classic mistake of you are making the classic mistake of affinity to players impacting your FPL decisions. That is a rookie error, I must say. Lovely seeing you. Oh, thank you, mate. I made my day being asked to do that, mate. I hope you appreciated it. Emotions. You got decisions on emotions, Holly. Did we talk about that last week? Don't be doing it. I sure play your way though, of course. You know what I mean. I'm just trying to help. Want to go a little differential. Thoughts on Guardiola and Calafiori? I just think Gabriel's worth the extra on Calafiori. It's my opinion. Guardiola I like, but again I think Gabriel's better. I don't think you need to go different from Tarkowski and Gabriel. I don't think there's I don't think there's much different. But you're sick and feeling soft. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You weren't very well a couple of weeks ago, if I remember rightly, either. Get on the vitamin D, Holly. Oh, I know why you're probably sick. You got a young one at school, haven't you? So that's basically game over for your health. Like and share. Oh, thank you, Diamond. Good to see you. All wildcarders have the same team. What's the point? Well, the point is we've got a different team from people that aren't wildcarding. And I think this is the best team in the game. With the exception of Gyökeres. But for this week, I think Richarlison's better. So I'm happy. Phil, not for me. Not for me. What do you define as a better bench, though? Like, does spending more on your bench actually make it better? Or does it mean you have a benching headache every single week? Anderson or Senesi? Senesi. If I were to say who's nailed on in this wildcard team, it's game over for Holly by the looks. I would say one Arsenal defender at least, Senesi, Semenyo, Njai, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland. Probably Reinders as well. Abdul should be triple. Yeah, if you're not on your wild card, I think triple captain and Haaland is a good idea. Thoughts on Javi Siemens? I think he's pretty good. He's going to play. I think he's pretty good. Wild card teams are the same. Exactly. I'm very content. Also, people saying, it's so template. Why is there a template in FPL, do you think? It's because they're probably the best players in the game. If everyone's picking them, they're picking them for a reason, What would be your plan if you want to add Palmer later? Probably, don't know. Probably get rid of Bruno and then downgrade one of my forwards, I'd imagine. I think Strand Larsen will be an option at some point. He's always decent. I could downgrade Tarkovsky to like Chris Richards. I got loads of routes, I think, mate. Mr. Solver, you could do. I think the thing you need to think about if you do that is picking a striker where there are other options around their price point. So if they get injured, you can still survive. Haaland is going to be sub. That's just not true. Pep Guardiola said that Haaland is ready. So I think he's going to start. Yeah, I can't be planning for Palmer 3 to 4 weeks' time, Polly. That's not what I'm doing. Okay, they say. Everyone's asking me why I did Gyökeres to Richarlison. This is the reason why. Okay? I have 4 free transfers in my team. I don't really like Gyökeres this week. I like Gyökeres long term, but for this week, I don't like him. I also don't like Richarlison long term, but for this week, I do because I think he's going to start. So for me, I'm playing Richarlison this week, and then I'm immediately going to swap him out for Gyökeres. That's my plan. And that's as soon as I do that, Richarlison's going to. I keep skipping your bro. The chat's moving too quickly. I can't answer everyone's questions, I'm afraid. Especially if the questions people are asking me are answered by looking at my team. Like Atlee Foss has asked me stack or Caicedo, and I've got Caicedo in my team. So, I mean, that's my answer, isn't it? He's naught 100%. Who's naught 100%? Who are you talking about? Opinions on captain in Richarlison. You could. How much left in the bank? Bro. How are you asking that question? It's there. How are you going to bench boost plan in the... I think I'm going to do it at 8. 8 or 9. Come on, Holly. That's what we like. Come on, Holly. Everyone in the chat, should Holly pick Richarlison? She's got Strand Larsen in her team at the moment, if I remember rightly. It's outrageous, isn't it? She doesn't like Richarlison, so she's not picking him. Crazy decision. So, say yes in the chat if you think Holly should pick Richarlison. Stack or Caicedo? Caicedo. Look at my team. You think Haaland will be subbed early? Well, who does he get subbed for? Who comes on for him? And I think the damage could be done in like 70 minutes, to be honest with you. I'm not worried. Go for Igor Jesus, who might not even play. Hey, Tom, thanks again for your help this week. Big ups, mate. I'm glad I could help you. I hope you're somewhat settled on your team. Verts play or not? Is that playing your team? Is he going to start the game? I don't know how to answer that. Exactly that, Max Avicii. He's going after this week. I'm getting Gyökeres. Are we overrating Arsenal defence versus DEFCON defenders? I don't think so. I think Gabriel with his clean sheets and goal threat is just as good. And I don't think he's too bad for DEFCON either. He's averaging 7 a game. Not too bad. No, I don't think we are. In short. Gahey or Rice? I'd probably pick Gahey, to be honest. But to start this week, I'd probably say Rice. Richarlison is a massive differential. Could be huge. Hope so, mate. But he's not that massive. He's 17% owned in the game. Given the exact 1 open play goal in 8 games in all competitions, I think they're pretty solid. I would say. Richarlison is a differential amongst people on their wildcard, though. I'd agree with that. And I think amongst engaged managers, engaged is probably the right word, but amongst engaged managers, he's probably quite a differential. Holly's done it. Let's go. Big ups for Richarlison. And whatever happens, he's gone after this week. We've got to commit to that, though, Holly. Because if he does well this week, we still have to get rid of him next week. Because Gyökeres has West Ham at home. So it has to be done. We have to... I'm just going to shake on it. We have to sell him. We have to sell him next week. Mate, best 4 million defender. Look at my team. Brisky, I think Njai is the best replacement for Rodgers. Luca, appreciate you, mate. I'm glad you think so. I think so too. No commitment to him from me, or we like to hear that. Cold feet, that's what we want. We want some Richarlison cold feet. I'm all over that. What about Salah? Is he out? Bro. Is Salah out? Is Salah in this team? Like, why are people asking me questions about players I've got? No, I don't get it. Your question is answered by looking at my team, mate. Rodon versus Goodmanson. Rodon's better for DEFCON, mate. That's why. Will you transfer? Yes, Honey Lemon. That is happening next week. Daniel, because I bought Semenyo for 7.1 million. That's why he's that price. Richarlison or Gyökeres? Short term this week, Richarlison. Long term, Gyökeres. How about Reinders for Rodgers? I prefer Njai. Blimey, still got 450 people in here. We'll stay live a bit longer. I was planning to wrap up at 9, but we'll keep going for a bit longer. I still keep Salah in my team. My patience is immeasurable. Fair enough, bro. I don't think he's terrible. I just don't see it. Because I'm wildcarding, I don't think Salah, for at least the next 3 or 4 weeks, I don't think he's the best captain. And when you're buying the most expensive player in the game to not captain him, I just don't think it's worth it. Gakpo replacement, have 8.3 million. I'd go for Njai, Foden, or Mbumo. One of those three. Haaland triple captain for this week. Yeah, if you're not wildcarding. I agree. Caicedo and Gyökeres. Or Saka, Caicedo and Gyökeres. Dewsbury Hall or Stack. I'd probably say Stack. My pleasure, Samuel Joshua. Van de Ven or Romero. I think you could have either. But I do think it's worth the extra for Romero. I think he's going to have better goal threat and he's going to get better DEFCON points. Will Romero. So yeah, I'd say Romero. I think we're nailed on with this wildcard team, you know. So much nailed on, I'm going to tweet it. We're ready to go, ladies and gents. I'm so nailed, I'm going to tweet my team. The team is being tweeted. Right, game week 6. Find the lock emoji. There we go. Wildcard active. I've gone. So have gone for Richarlison this week. Plan to sell for Gyökeres next week. Figured I can take the punt for 1 week. We'll do the card emoji. Is there a card emoji? There we go. Good luck all. Good luck all. Hashtag FPL. And then I need to copy the picture of my team across. Bosh. Bosh. There we are. Mate, do you think Stack is a No. No. I think Njai is a cheaper Bruno Fernandes. I don't think Stack is. I'll be honest with you. I had Rodon too. I just go Rodon, mate. Sanchez or Dubravka. I'd start Sanchez this week. Javi Siemens or Richarlison. Captain Richarlison. But I'd captain Haaland over both. I had Rodon. I've already answered that. Salah and Isak from 11. I'm just not sure about Isak. I don't think Isak is as good in the Liverpool team for FPL as he was for Newcastle. He gets less minutes, won't take penalties. I just don't think he's as good. Tarkowski or Van Dijk? Oh, what do people think? Would you have Tarkowski or Van Dijk? Let us know in the chat. Was going to get Njai, but have Grealish already. Think I'm going to bring in Reinders. No, I'd get Njai. I'd have a double up. I'd go for Njai. I think Njai is mega. He takes penalties and gets DEFCON at 6.5 million. It's ridiculous. Dare I say it, but I think Tarkowski could be better than Van Dijk. No, I can't say that because Van Dijk's good for DEFCON as well. I don't think I can say that, actually. Where is Verge? He's not even in the top scoring defenders. Look at that. He is decent for DEFCON, isn't he? Yeah, Van Dijk's average. I'd go Van Dijk. Maybe I should pick Van Dijk with that in mind then. Yeah, I'd go Van Dijk. You have the choice. I think 100% Njai is worth having. Might get Pedro Neto. I wouldn't. I would not touch those Chelsea attacking midfielders with a barge pole, mate. Njai or Kudus, Njai every day of the week, mate. Every day of the week. That's why he's in my team. I'm picking Njai every day of the week. Thoughts on Guardiola? Yeah, I like him. I do like him. I just think I'd rather have Gabriel, but I do like Guardiola. Liverpool have under 1 XGC in every game since game week 1. Yeah. Guess Virgil van Dijk could be better than Tarkowski, couldn't he? Raya or Donnarumma? Raya. Long-term Raya. Here's my thinking on Isak. No. But have Liverpool been that best attack? I don't think they have. I've not been that impressed by Liverpool so far. And again, 10.5 million, I don't think is... I don't agree on Isak, mate. Sorry. Don't agree. I don't think he's going to be an FPL option playing for Liverpool. I just don't, because he's not the talisman. He's not the penalty taker. I don't think so. It's just my opinion, though. It is just my opinion. You are allowed to disagree with me, by the way. That is, of course, fine. I am buzzing with Richarlison in my team, by the way. Can we see who went up in price last night? Are you not able to check that, Lee? I don't know how to check that, actually, very easily. Absolutely, Arkin Blum. I don't get offended if someone disagrees. Isak, maybe. He needs to play out more, but he'll get 2 games with Hugo out. Dumbo, yeah, that was quite funny. Did he not... So I don't know if this is fake news, so I'm going to be very careful. I'm not going to... but didn't he record himself driving at like 75 miles an hour on a 60 limit road as well the other day? I guess he's just young, isn't he, Eki TK? But I think I saw that on Twitter as well. Silly Billy. Oh, I've got a funny story, actually. I don't know if I should share this on. YouTube. Probably get me demonetized. I'm going to say it. It's quite a funny story. you got to be careful with what you post about driving and speed cameras and stuff. I once posted on, I tweeted actually about where some community speed watch people were. I don't know if anyone here lives in Britain, but I tweeted where there were some community speed watch people. It's like the community speed watch in Britain, for those that don't know, are usually in like smaller villages, and they're usually retired folk that want to keep people from speeding through their villages. So they have a speed gun and they track the cars. And because they're not the police, you can't get a fine from them, but you get a letter through your letterbox if you're speeding past them. And basically, I did a tweet to say where some were, and I had a policeman knock on my door for doing it. So you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Got to be careful with that kind of stuff. No, man, I sold the Toyota. The Toyota's gone. I decided I needed a more sensible and grown-up car because it had a 100 decibel exhaust on it, which was so loud, and it was just getting old as well. So I bought a new car. Paddy Edwards, bye. I'm gonna get taken off YouTube for admitting that. But yeah, that was my story. I say it quite a lot, to be fair. Because I feel like I have not done anything morally wrong, right? It is actually illegal to tell people where a speed camera is, by the way. That is illegal. You can't do that. I just want to say I did break the law, apparently. But they asked me to delete the tweet and told me not to do it again. And then I think they like complimented my car as well. Said, "You got a nice car, mate. It'd be a shame if you were to lose it," or something like that. And I was like, "What? What?" Yeah, but still same thing, apparently. I think they must have found the tweet and then reported me to the police. I reckon that's what happened. But you could tell the policeman was like, he was cool. He was fine. I'm not going to complain. But yeah. Torn between Van Dijk and Tarkovsky. So am I now, Jintel, you know? Yeah, there is, Lee. But it's like they tell you where the fixed ones are. And I don't know, mate. It's broken, isn't it? But that's true story. That happened to me. So, yeah. I'm actually quite tempted to go Van Dijk over Tarkovsky. Am I going to regret that? No, I think it'll be fine. Well, I did, mate. Just for 1 week. Just for 1 week, I'm going for Richarlison, and then Gyökeres is back in. I figured if I've got 4 free transfers next week, I'd do it. Crazy, isn't it, Samuel? Boo Boo, 17 points. Yeah, we've done all right, haven't we, mate? I'm doing very well, mate. I hope you are too. You were genuinely one of the first ever viewers I remember on my live streams. So, how things have. Look at us, eh? Look at us. I hope life is treating you well, my mate. Everton suck. I don't think they do, mate. I don't think they do. I would bench Rangers. Yeah, but Tom Griffo, you're not. If you're picking players on a wild card, you're not looking at one game week. That would be my view. So yeah, basically on that speed camera story, I guess that officially makes me like an absolute bad man, right? So I'm officially, yeah, I'm a bad influence. As a transfer this week, should I get Isak or Gyökeres as replacement for Ekitike? Gyökeres. Everton can have their best season. I think they're going to be good. They got a really good team. I think I am the complete antithesis to roadmen as well. They almost have. There are some in Bristol now. I noticed so, and this is not like a disrespect to them. I think it's just culturally how things have manifested. But what was I trying to say? So my swim club, right? We have my group of masters, which is like 18 years or older, and before us there were I would say they're probably aged between 13 to 18, basically. Teenagers that swim before us, and I noticed quite a lot of them speak like roadmen. I don't know if that's what's happened in this country or if it's just them, but I've noticed that, and they just don't speak English. They just use unnecessary slang words. I find I don't like it. Just speak English, bro. Just speak English in it, even though I've just said in it. You know what I mean? Do you think Anthony Elanga will score a goal at Newcastle soon? I think he is cracking, mate. And he will. But the thing is, he's not playing every game, which I think is a bit of madness, to be honest. I think Tarkowski will be infinitely better with Tarkowski. Yeah, in part, Jim. In part. But I also just think it's use of the language, isn't it? I haven't. Oh, it would take me too long to do that, Tom, because I'd have to build the team in Fantasy Football Hub now. I think I was on around 67 before, so I'd imagine sort of 68, something like that. Should I do Watkins to Evan Nilsson? No, if you're doing a 2-week punt, I'd get Richarlison. From one Tom to another, we are both getting old, brother. I'm with you there. Semenyo or Bruno? Ooh, Bruno. Who should I bench? Anderson, Rodon, or Esteve? Which Anderson? Got to be careful which Anderson you're talking about. If it's the Joachim Anderson of Fulham, I would play him. Bench 2, play 1. Bruno, Reinders, Grealish. You've got to play Bruno. Mad that you're in that position with your team. You should not have that many good players in your team. By the way, if you haven't already, before we sign off, I'll stay live for another 10-15 minutes. Give us a follow on Instagram, @TomHFootball. I will leave a link in the chat. Drop us a follow. I'll make some FPL reels, see what I get up to outside of FPL, which today won't be a whole very much. I just eat, mate, that was a fist bump. What are you talking about? Let's go, Bulldog. Start Jocko or Kudus. Kudus. I think you can bench Jokeres this week. Bruno Semenyo. So Newcastle have conceded the least expected goals this season as a team. Bruno Semenyo, Grealish, Iwobi, Reinders. Good. What are you asking me? How to tech? What is that question? Formerly NST FPL. I don't remember that, mate. I don't care. You're a mod. I knew you before. Totally cool. I don't remember NST FPL. Has it been a really long time? Not so template. That does make sense. I do know who you are, mate. I hope you're keeping well. And I saw a video the other day of yours. So everyone subscribe to FPL Bulldog. He makes some fantastic content. I hope you continue, mate. It's been great to see you back. Let's go and make sure I've liked your most recent video. I can't find your channel. Anyway, go and check out FPL Bulldog anyway. I know I can't find his channel, but go and check him out. Thanks for answering the earlier question. And I remember you saying you were, I won't reveal it to the public, but you were in America for some things. I'll say some things to, yeah. I hope it all went well over there for you, mate. If I remember rightly, that was what you were up to. So yeah, hope it's all good, my friend. Raya, Tarko, and Dye, or Petrovic, Rodon, Bruno? Raya, Tarko, and Jai for me. Or you could have a mixture. Good luck to everyone. Hope you have a good haircut, John. Legend, mate. Great. I'm really glad to hear that. Only legends here? Absolutely, Alex. James Palmer, I would go and Jai over Greenish. Ben, any last minute news? I haven't checked Twitter, to be honest. I've been so busy looking at the chat. We'll have a quick look. Haven't seen any. Should we go and check out the big dogs teams? Just to round off the video, a lot of the big dogs are live now, so we're going to have a look at that. Much stronger. Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that, mate. Good for you. Exactly, Bulldog. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. Nice one, Ua. Atom, how many subs you got, Atom Music Score? How many subs you got? I was going to look at. Let's see what everyone's doing with their teams. I've probably got the same team as FPL Harry again, and I'm going to get stick for it. Let's have a look, see who he's got. Is he live? There he is. Who's Harry got? Bloody hell. Basically identical. He's got a slightly stronger bench. Who does Richards have in Gameweek 8? That is a good question. Who does Richards have in Gameweek 8? Let's have a quick look. Because if he's better than Rodon, Bournemouth, I'm not sure he is, you know. No, I think I'm going to stick with what I got. That's Harry's team. Who else is live? Have a quick look. See who else people have got. $50K. Huge, mate. I am the big dog. Thank you, Ben. Fran, let's see who he's got. Oh, he's triple captain. Nice one, Fran. Dylan. Who's he got? Interesting. Who else is live? Raptor. Oh, someone's talking about Dan Burn now. Raptor was talking about Dan Burn then. And I hate it because apparently he's a DEFCON monster. Let's see if he's a DEFCON monster. How many DEFCONs has Big Dan Burn got? Oh, good grief, he's pretty good. It's been a right mix, hasn't he? Because he only got one against Leeds. No, I'm sticking. I've benched Gabriel for Romero this week. Raptor doing fantastic. I didn't see his rank, to be honest. Senesi or Gahey, I have Petrovic. Senesi, 100% Senesi. Focal as well. Should we have a look at his team? I'm really interested on the wildcards, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, because I'm wildcarding. That's what I'm interested in. Who's Focal got then? Oh, 6.8 million. Oh, he's having a tough start, is he? Yeah, oh, sorry, Ross. Sorry, I have to watch an advert before. Get Focal his money. Is his wildcard on? Hard to tell. Yeah, it's on. Okay. So Focal, he's got his Poochlet. So he's on Raya, Guardiola, Gabriel, Senesi. Interesting. Reinders, Semenyo, Fernandez, and Jai. Gyökeres, Pedro, Haaland, Stack, Anderson, Mukiele. Interesting. I should probably get YouTube Premium, shouldn't I? It's just one of those subscriptions that I just don't want to have. Sounds mad, doesn't it? I think you should get YouTube Premium for free when you hit a certain number of subs, surely. 10k subs, you should just get it chucked in. Holly, I wish you the best of luck. I am also going to be cleaning today. I've got to clean up the flat. Big ups. I think we're done, ladies and gents, to be honest with you. My team is set. I'll stay live for another 7 minutes. Should we do a bit of chit-chat? Doesn't have to be FPL before we round off. What's everyone up to this weekend outside of FPL? Let us know. I tried to get off camera to blow my nose then, but I'm on the full screen, so it didn't work. I think FPL Tom had this team, but with Gyökeres instead of Richarlison would be my guess. Atta Music School is off to IKEA. That's interesting. Sorry that you all had to witness me blowing my nose, but I have a chlorine allergy and I'm a swimmer, so that's what happens. My team is Raya, Dubravka, Van der Ven, Senesi, Gabriel, Shalabar, Byrne, Bruno, Saka, Njai, Semenyo. Good team. Yeah, I think you spent a little bit too much on the defence. Shalabar and Byrne, I don't think you need both. I think you could have a 4 million in there, which would allow you to upgrade Foster. Nice one, Daniel. I don't swim a mile in my sessions. I'm a sprinter, so I basically do 1 kilometre per session, but it's all sprinting, basically. Would you start Dewsbury Hall or Paquetá? I'd probably start Paquetá. Well, a little bit of a chlorine allergy. The pool last night was quite strong, to be fair. It all depends how much there is in the pool, really. Might play some poker tonight. Careful, mate. All those westerns, and he was allergic to horses. I just love swimming so much. I can't get away from it. FPL Tom, we're just about to wrap up, mate. We got Ben in the chat. Ben Alden, you know Ben. Well, obviously you do. He was wondering what your team looked like. I've gone Richarlison, bro. I've gone Richarlison. I can't swim with a nose clip though, because I exhale through my nose when I swim. I've gone Richarlison. That's my team, Tom. I'm pretty content. I've got 4 frees. My plan was to sell Richarlison for Gyökeres next week. So we have a 1 week punt on Richarlison. That's me. Transformers Lego, I'd rethink your team and not have such a difficult benching mistake. Benching headache. Richie or JP to decide. I think go João Pedro, mate. I think go João Pedro. That's my gut. My gut feel. I just think Richarlison is good for a couple of weeks and then he's going to become a real minutes risk. Whereas João Pedro, I think he plays every game. You know, Spurs have 3 strikers. They've got Kolo Muani, Solanke, and Richarlison. I just think it's Richarlison this week and then he's done, isn't he? So for that reason, you go João Pedro. I think Kolo Muani's fit, isn't he? Solanke will be back in a week or less. He's always been close, apparently, so I think Solanke will be back soon. Right, I think we're going to wrap it up there, if that's all right. I need to get in the gym and do a session. So yeah, that'll be me. Double Tom. Can't remember how the meme goes, but I'm going to point. Hope everyone has a good game week. Good luck all. I'll be back this evening, I'm sure, alongside FPL Tom with a video. So check us both out, watch a video, and yeah, have a good game week, everyone. I'll just round off. That is my team. I don't think I'm going to change that. I'm fairly settled. So yeah, let's go. Hope everyone has a good game week. I'll see you later. I'm going to play the outro. Ready? There you go.